Would you like to see football wherever you are in the world?
With NordVPN, you can get premium protection online and set your location so you never miss a minute of the content you usually enjoy.
Go to nordvpn.com/TSUW to get 72% off a 2-year plan plus 3 additional months absolutely free. Hello and welcome to another Watchalong. I haven't been on one of these for ages. It's been Hal and Bobby, it's been Hal and Adam, and I'm finally back. And by the way, before everybody starts, this doesn't look like this in real life. It looks yellow for some reason, and it is one of those retro shirts I've just bought, as you can see. Oh, that side, no Umbro yet. So, don't have a go at me. Don't have a go at me. I just don't want to walk around with a shirt with no kit manufacturer on it. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll bring in Hal. How are you doing, Hal? Welcome to the team, sir.
I'm well up for this now. I've seen the team, and I actually think we might get something from the City ground, whereas, you know, from our preview, we both predicted a 2-0 defeat. So, really, really looking forward to this one. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you. I was absolutely buzzing when I saw the team. It's just a little bit more attacking, a little bit different. 2 strikers. We were saying before the game, we'll bring it up on screen in a second. We're not sure whether he's going to go with the same formation or whether he's going to do a 4-4-2 because we had a little bit of both in the last game, didn't we?
Yeah, do you know what it smells like when I saw this formation?
Promotion!
We're only a little way off. It absolutely does. Yes, we're going to get the team news. I'll just give you the boring bits first. So it's a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. The game is on Sky Sports Football. You'll be able to press the red button very, very soon. I think probably 7:40 is when that actually works. The referee for this encounter is Lee Doherty from Lancashire. And he's never... He's never refereed us before. Coming from the City ground, we will be bringing you as much of the action as we see with our eyes.
Exactamundo. So shall we bring the team up on screen, mate?
Yeah, and I think we're going to try and work out between us the formation.
Okay. I will bring it up. There we go. There it is. So I'll quickly run through it. So obviously we've got Robin Olsen in the goal. Bogle comes in for Baldock. Baldock obviously not injured on the bench. But I think we both thought Baldock had a bit of a poor game, didn't we, Hal? And I think the fact that he highlighted every time he made a mistake by going crazy at someone, whether it be the linesman, whether it be one of his own players, whether it be one of the other players, he just had a bad day at the office. And Bogle comes in today. Not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I do think this is quite an attacking side, in all honesty.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Bogle in. But at the same time, his defensive qualities aren't quite as good as Baldock for me.
Can I just shock you?
I don't think you will be shocking me, but go on.
Baldock was an angry Buckinghamshire man, as I have been on numerous occasions on Saturday. And this is the shocking bit. I think it was his worst game in a red and white shirt.
I don't think you're wrong at all. I don't remember a worse game anyway. Let's put it that way.
And the other thing that I think is absolutely shocking, and maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not, Ollie McBurney, pal, puts on Twitter today that he's going offline for a while and reminds people that not to take life too seriously. And you just think, okay, what's going on there? And now you see today, not even in the squad.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I have no idea what that means, but it's something that I think is for consideration. Let's park it, put it on the back burner, and we'll think about it at another time. But you were giving us the team. I won't interrupt you again.
No, that's fine. One of the most exciting things that could happen this season, Mr. Christopher, I don't know his middle name, Basham, is playing. He's starting the game. It's great to see because Bash this season has really only come in mostly. At the start of the season, he had a bit of a in and out, but since then, it's just had bringing him on for the last 5-10 minutes, trying to see a game out. So it's nice to see Bash start. Obviously, Egan will be playing on that left-hand side of defence because Egan can use his left foot. Go on, Hal.
Oh, I said I wasn't going to, but you said you don't know what Chris Basham's middle name is. Adam's quite right. It is Choo Choo. But it's actually Paul. But I think Choo.
I'm going to say Paul. I was actually going to say Paul. Maybe I've seen it before. That's why I've got it in my head.
You've been reading June, haven't you, or watching the movie?
Must have done.
Like,
so, yeah, that's fine. Until 10 seconds later when you get involved again.
Mm-hmm.
So Egan, obviously, left side of centre-back today. That's where he plays for Ireland. Well, sort of plays for Ireland. He plays in a back three rather than a back four for Ireland. 3 centre-backs, and he plays at the left-hand side. So Egan can absolutely use his left foot on that left-hand side. So we don't need to worry about that. And you know what? Egan and Basham have spent a long time playing side by side. So I'm excited to see them two playing centre-back together. Stevens at left-back, which I don't think Stevens has pulled up many trees for a while, but I'd like to see him obviously come good today. Norwood and Fleck, I don't think they had a bad game at all against Blackpool. I think the problem is that we conceded a goal and we didn't score any goals, and then everyone suddenly starts looking at everybody else thinking that everybody had a poor game. So I'm happy that we've got Norwood and Fleck in there. And then we've got Gibbs White, Brewster and Osborne. Like I said earlier, we don't know whether Brewster is going to be sat behind Moose or maybe in that kind of a die role, or he's going to get a bit further forward, because that's what Ndai was doing, wasn't he, Hal? He was stood right next to Moose at certain points of that Blackpool game.
Yeah, I'm just a little gutted that Ndai's not actually playing in this match. I know he only scored on his debut against Peterborough, but he looks such a live wire. We watched him really closely in the previous match against Blackpool, and he is, without a doubt, our most technically gifted player that we own.
Yeah, I'm going to say that because maybe Morgan Gibbs-White is up there, but like you say, we don't own him. So it's great that we've actually got one that we do own, because he's probably the most exciting player that I've seen come through our academy. Exciting attacking player, shall we say.
Since Nick Montgomery. Can I just shock you, right? I never thought I'd say this at the start of the season. If you said to me every single one of our squad was up for sale, right? The only one I wouldn't want to lose is Iliman Ndai. The others, I could kind of be like, yeah, I could see it. If we got the good money for all of them, I'd be like, yeah, okay, maybe the cycle's come to an end. We do need to rebuild. And yet, a couple of seasons ago, I would never have said that about Egan. I would never have said that about Fleck, Stevens, Norwood, Baldock, Basham. Now I maybe want to keep Osborne and Ndai. It's just crazy how it's changed.
Are we just talking about footballing terms rather than loving them as people have got us promoted? Because really, Bash has done nothing wrong this season for me to think. I don't care if he leaves. I don't want to see Basham leave because I love the guy.
I want to see Basham leave, but both Basham and Sharpie are the wrong side of 30, and that's the only reason you could get any cash for them. You wouldn't be stupid to say no to that.
Yeah, I can't see us ever getting any cash from him. I think both of them are probably going to wind the contracts down. Unless, to be fair, Sharpie and Bash are players that do want to be playing football, so maybe I'm wrong. But let's just quickly go through the substitutes. Obviously, we've got League One Wes, Baldock, Sharpie, McGoldrick, Robbo is in there, Jackie Longthrow, Hourahan and Ndai. So we've got a lot on the bench that could come and change it. So Ndai, obviously, McGoldrick, Sharp, and obviously Conor Hourahan possibly coming on to take those dead ball, the balls, not dead ball anything, just dead balls. So what do you think? What do you think about that subs bench, mate?
It's a strong bench. It's going to have options there to completely transform formation and game. I thought he got the subs completely wrong on Saturday, but tonight he's got an opportunity to do what he did against Stoke, because we've only seen Slav get the subs right, I think, against Stoke. What do you make of it?
No, I think you're absolutely bang on. For me, I'm not a massive McBurney fan anyway, but I never felt for a second when McBurney came on that he was going to do anything. Just before he came on, I'm like, oh, for God's sake. Like, I didn't think he was going to do anything, and I can't remember seeing him touch the ball. So I think if any of those players come off the bench, they can make some sort of difference.
Can I take a moment to quickly wish Grant Thomas a happy birthday. Says, hi guys, we meet again. Let you know it's my birthday. I would love to see a fantastic win. A great lineup tonight. Hopefully we will have Billy Sharp on today. I'd go along with that. So if you want to take a moment in the chat to wish Grant a happy birthday, we're giving shout outs to Statsman Adam, our old pal Jeff, Lee Booth in there as well. Scott, shouts to you, and Motty. Everyone giving us your score predictions. Please do get those in before kickoff, which is a 7:45 tonight. And already draw looks like the favourite.
Yeah, for a second I was thinking it was past. I was thinking we'd only got a few minutes. I don't know why. But no, we've got loads of time to chat. Has it come on the red button yet?
Not just
Neil Warnock.
Still watching Neil and his lack of eyebrows. Let's take a quick look while we can at the Nottingham Forest team with Samba in goal, Spence, Worrell the captain, Colback, Johnson, Yates, Lolly, McKenna, Lyle Taylor, and that on loan midfielder Garner. They've got Horvath, Bong, Ojeda, Carvalho, Zinkernagel, Mighton, and grabbing a goal against us last time, Lewis Graben, to complete that substitutes bench. Last time we actually played Forest at the City Ground was a 1-0 win to Forest. As I mentioned, Graben getting that goal. If you are a Forest fan, let us know in the chat. It's all good. You're allowed to be. You don't have a decent social media that won the Football Content Awards of your own, so you can watch this. That's fine. And also tell us where in the world you're watching from so that we can give you a shout out.
I just thought I'd mention that tonight, is it Neil Warnock is managing his 1062 match or something like that, and he's going to be England's most, you know what I mean,
winningest coach.
No,
I haven't got a clue. I thought I've missed all this today.
He's managing the most Football League games tonight.
Right. Well, while we think about all of the achievements of Neil Warnock, Rick has asked a much more important question, which is, Nick, where can I get one of those mugs? And of course, he's referring to a cup rather than our faces.
Right. Okay. I was just going to say it's in the description, but it's on Facebook. So what I'm going to do while Hal has a little chat, I'm going to quickly find the link and I'm going to pop it in because we've only literally got 2 mugs left and we're not putting any more on sale unless people want them, and then I might put them on sale because end of the day, it's money in it.
It's money in it. Yeah, and if you'd also like to support us during this watch along, you can get part of the super chat. That would be greatly appreciated. Last time Nick wasn't here, we did really well, but every time he's here, people tend to keep their money in their pocket. So let's change that today. Get part of the super chat. It would be fantastic. You can also become a member, and you can click that join button if you're on YouTube right next to subscribe. There's 3 tiers. Everything that you do there will help support the channel and our running costs, which are not small, I think is the easiest way to say it.
No, so it's great if anyone wants to help us out. We're also looking for sponsorship as well. So if anyone wants to sponsor us, get your $3,000 a month out. Jobs are good.
And you'll see there, if you're watching, you can look at the chat and actually there's a link there straight away to how you can get a mug. Another way to support the award-winning Sheffield United way. Right, we've seen that the referee is Lee Doherty from Lancashire tonight. He's never refereed a Sheffield United game. It is a 7:45 kickoff at the City Ground, live on Sky Sports Football Red Button. You can also get it on the Sky Sports app. We will be doing a watch-along, which means we're just talking about what's happening in the game today. Now, Nick, the manager for Nottingham Forest is Steve Cooper. He took over in late September. I feel like a song coming on. They've got... They've got 14. Are you pressing buttons when Bobby's not here?
I was trying to do that.
It looks good, to be fair. They've got 14 points from a possible 21 since he took over.
Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? How good is that? Wowzers.
Yeah, they don't press too much. Now, a lot of the teams we've been facing recently, they like the press. And you know what? Many years ago when I started watching football, no one ever talked about the press. Oh, now it's everything that teams seem to focus on. I know it's the part of the football manager culture, isn't it, for people who play computer games? By the way, I'm not dissing anyone who does that. I play them as well. I'm just saying it seems to have crept into our lexicon and our vernacular, but it's not something that we talked about before. Anyway, having said that, they're one of the sides that don't really do that. I'm sure they'll now press all game, but that's a good thing for us because teams that press on us, we have struggled with. A lot of ex-Forest players in our squad and a lot of ex-Blades have played for Forest. I thought it could be a little bit of fun. Whilst Nick and I think of some, for you in the chat to share with us players you can think of that have played for both Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest. Now, we did some of these on the match preview, but if you can think of any, do type them now in the chat.
And if anybody can guess or not guess, know all 4 that we did in the preview, you'll be a big, big fan, because we want everybody to watch the previews. We love the previews. That's one of our favourite videos, isn't it, Hal?
Oh, yes, easily my favourite, yeah.
Yeah. And when we're not doing as well, they don't get as many views because people are down in the dumps. So make sure you watch the preview. It's quality. We love it. So, if you can name all 4 that we had in the preview, you will get Hal's respect.
Yeah, I thought you were almost going to go as far as a free mug, but we've only got 2 left, so we're not going to do that.
I did think about that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Also, we don't just want to restrict it to players, managers too. Because we want to, if there's any managers out there that have managed both Sheffield United and Forest, let us know in the chat right now.
Oh, that's a good one. David Johnson, very brief spell at United, but certainly well remembered with Forest. All right, from our squad, Nick, who can you think of from our current squad?
Jackie Longthrow,
yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne. Who else have we got? There's definitely more.
McGoldrick.
Did say? Yeah.
He's a Nottingham lad. Billy Sharp, which has already been mentioned. Luke Freeman.
Yeah. Luke Freeman.
And
a little bit.
Your friend and mine, Oliver Burke.
Oliver Burke. I thought you were going to say Gareth Taylor, but I don't think he's played in this game. I don't think he passed his fitness test.
Lee Booth, Dave Bassett is a really good managerial shout. Yes.
Well done.
Who else then? Right. So for Forest, Lyle Taylor.
Hal. There we go. They were the 4.
Absolutely. D. Smith. We will ignore the spelling of Osborne and pat you on the back. You get, because of the spelling, you can't get all my respect, but you get 85%, which is pretty good. Lyle Taylor and Max Lowe as well, currently at Forest. Other ones I can think of, Andy Gray. Remember his goal against Leeds. We've also got, who else?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, really.
Franz Carr. That's a great shout.
Marlon King.
Yes, I try and forget about him. He's probably the Sheffield United player I least liked us ever signing. I know Statsman Adam would definitely go along with that. And we've already mentioned Gareth Taylor, one of your personal favourites. And I remember that John Gannon goal in the 90s against Forest. I think Sheffield United beat Forest in Brian Clough's last game.
Yes.
I think it was away at the City Ground. I want to say Premiership. I think Glenn Hodges scored, but this is really taking me back. Darius Henderson, good shout.
I don't know why Adam's disowning me. Did I say anything?
No, but it's fair enough that he does, and I suggest more do the same.
Well, my mum and dad did a while ago, so fair enough, Adam. Fair enough, mate.
Thank you to Lee and Adam. 2-0.
There we go.
Gale and Glyn Hodges. You know what? My memory isn't as bad as I sometimes fear that it is. So that's brilliant. Right, your score predictions. We did this on Twitter. We asked for predictions. Really, really not helpful at all. 40% said Forest, 40% said Sheffield United, and the rest draw. But
let's be honest, mate. If we were playing well, that would be like 80-90% Blades. So I just feel from that there's a lot of Blades that are saying that we're going to lose this game tonight.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on with that. We will let you know when the game kicks off. We will keep you updated as well, as it is a 7:45 kickoff. So we've still got quite a bit of time. Blackburn on Saturday, Nick. I do just want to talk about this because they're not giving us any more allocation, despite their away end holding over 7,000. You and I were talking about possibly going. We didn't get our tickets because we were quite relaxed that they would give us more tickets. That's not going to happen. I do think that's a bit of a shame, and I'm massively surprised.
Yeah, definitely. And I've never been to Blackburn before. We've been in the same league as Blackburn for such a long time, and they're not too far away from Sheffield, only in Lancashire. And I've never been, so I would have loved to have gone to Ewood Park.
I've been a few times. By the way, 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐍, a personal friend of mine, came to my wedding. That is a really good shout that I can't believe I didn't instantly say 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐍. You know, the reason we never do 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝��� on Player Connections is Bobby can never find an image of him in a Blade shirt. Bobby's not with us tonight. I don't mean anything serious. He's just not in the background. By the way, what's going on with the atmosphere at the Lane this season? I think Blackpool fans were the best I've seen, but we are so quiet.
I really enjoyed watching the Blackpool fans going absolutely mental, except for when they scored. But that's the thing. They didn't just go mental when they scored. They were going mental the whole game. It was great to see. And really, we've been used to us being kind of like the loudest in the Premier League. And then we come down. I just feel like when there's an expectation there, that's when we kind of sit back more and watch the football. But when you don't feel like you've got any hope of going up, that's when you kind of enjoy yourself a little bit more. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's just how I feel right now. And really, I feel like because we've spent so much money and we've got a great manager and we've got apparently a lot of great players, we're expecting a lot more. And they're not giving us anything to shout about, are they? That's the thing.
I do worry. I saw it on Twitter. Someone said Blades fans have a sense of entitlement, which I think is, you could say some Blades fans have that. I don't. I think you and I both went to that game saying we're going to play well and lose. So I don't think everyone has a sense of entitlement.
No, but I think I understand that more now we've been up. Now we've been in the Premier League and we've come back down. We kind of do, like a lot of people actually do feel like we should be winning these games. And really, on paper, with the players that we've got and the money that we've spent, we should be winning most games this season.
Yeah, but that's a really good point, by the way, though. You know, the Wilder thing. That was a feel-good factor about the club. We'd been on a downer. Wilder came in, galvanised the fans, brought us all together, and now he's gone. And we've got someone in new. Didn't matter who replaced Wilder, it wasn't going to be Wilder. So I think that's a factor. The fact that we're not playing well, the fact that we had the coronavirus, we still have the coronavirus, it's horrific numbers at the moment. Everything has just culminated in, well, there's nothing really to be happy and excited about.
No, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And the thing is, like you said, though, if we were playing well, I think we would still have that kind of party atmosphere. I really, really do. It does. I think it is the Wilder thing as well, but the fact that we're not playing well, that's literally a double header there. So yeah, it's.
Do you know what? My desktop background is John Fleck scoring against Arsenal. In the green.
Is it him scoring or is it him celebrating?
It's him celebrating. And the other day I was looking at it and I had a little tear. I was like, that was such great times, and I'm really sad that we might never experience that sort of thing again. I really was sad. I've had to change my background.
Who was it that he scored against recently?
He did, didn't he? He scored recently.
Was it
Stoke?
Right. Was it Stoke? Or
was it Stoke? Was it Stoke?
No, I don't think it was Stoke. I can't remember anyway. He scored recently, and that was his first goal since that Arsenal goal.
Yeah. You are right. I remember. The fact that I can't remember who he scored against, it just shows that stuff that happens now, I never remember. Stuff that happened in 1995, not a problem.
Mate, you would remember it. If we were playing well and we were enjoying going to matches, you would remember every little thing like I would. It's just the fact that we're not playing well. Everything kind of just merges into everything because, like, when you win games, you remember. But when you don't, it's just a little bit depressing.
Well, we beat the Pigs last night with the under-23s. That's well worth a mention. 3-0 at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. What a goal from Regan Slater. Also shouts to Zach Brunt and our sweet prince, Casper Lapata. They've both gone on loan to Southend until January. So we wish them both well.
Absolutely. And, yeah, what are we expecting from today, Hal? Are we expecting us to have... Because one of my mates is a Forest fan, and... he messaged me and said he's put a bet on Ben Osborne scoring, because obviously he used to play for Forest, and us to win. And I were like, put your money back in your pocket, mate. I'm expecting us to have 60% possession at least and lose 1-0 or 2-0.
Oh, well, I've changed my mind of the negativity because of the formation. And actually, Robin, you're asking if we win tonight, will this be the first win on the Watchalong? Far from it. Far from it. We've won a few games on a watch along. The ones that leap to mind are West Brom, Newcastle, and Everton, and Burnley. It's not bad, actually, is it?
Have we won
Hull. Hull this season.
I was going to say we'd won one this season. I was thinking for a second that we'd not won any this season on watch-alongs. But yeah, Hull was an easy one, wasn't it? My boss is a Hull fan. And I said how bad things were going for us. And he's like, you've literally got double the points that we've got. I'm like, all right, okay, mate, no worries.
Yeah, they're bad. By the way, Matt's asked any idea why Keith Edwards is not doing Radio Sheffield anymore. The money in lorry driving right now is crazy. Can you blame him? And Carlos Saba has credited us with getting his career back on track in terms of the media, and now he's doing a fine job. But don't listen to that. Stick with us tonight. The game will be kicking off in a matter of minutes. It is on Sky Sports Football now on your red button, so you can press that, and I will let you know a time check. Oh, please, can Nick and I be level on time? You never know with red button, and you can't pause red button. So it's going to be one of those interesting nights.
What are you seeing at the moment? Does it say Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the same time then.
Help us get to 15k subscribers for the best Sheffield United fan-created content. Subscribe to the Sheffield United Way YouTube channel. There's podcasts with former and current players, fans forums, and of course, watch-alongs. Do subscribe. It is free, and we would love it as well if you did want to join and become a member. We've got some fantastic members who've already had the George Santos podcast. You won't have seen that unless you remember. It is a spicy meatball.
It's a brilliant one. So, get joining now. Get joining now, and you can see it for, well, I'm going to say for nothing, but not for nothing, for £4.99.
But that's nothing, is it? A month? Absolutely. No. Let's give a quick thank you.
Your favourite people on YouTube.
This is they, and also thanks to our sponsors, which you can see as well, NordVPN. If you do want to be able to watch the games when they are not on the Sky Red button, all I'm saying is NordVPN would be a good place to start. NordVPN.com/TSUW for 72% off a 2-year plan. You might even be able to get more. They were doing a little Black Friday deal, which I believe runs until the 7th of November, so do check it out. And also thanks to the League of 72 on YouTube. They're fabulous. They did an interview with Sir Christopher Wilder, which is brilliant, and they did a wonderful season review from the season that the Red and White Wizards went up wearing a pretty good kit.
A pretty lovely kit. And do you know what? I think a lot of people were going mental about that Ramsden's currency, because I was saying Ramsdale's currency before, weren't I?
Should have been black, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah. But I love that kit, and the reason for that is because we got promoted in it. It gave me one of my favourite seasons of all time, so I love it. Yeah,
totally agree. That's one of the reasons why I've finally got around to buying it. Samba, McKenna, Figueiredo, Worrell, Garner, Colback, Yates, Spence, Lolly, Taylor, and Johnson is the Forest team for today. The Blades team running along the ticker at the bottom. I think United are going to play a 4-4-2. Nick, what formation do you think?
I think it's going to be a bit of a floaty one. I think it's going to be a 4-4-2 / possibly Brewster just dropping in and trying to link things up. But I want to see Brewster play in a position where we're going to get the best out of him. And I'm not sure what that is. But the thing is, Hal, he's not been given any time up front. All he's been doing is play out on the wing. And when he's not out on the wing, he's on the bench, or if not even on the bench. He has
been given some time up front, Brewster. He's been here over a year. I mean,
I said this. I started by saying this season, Hal. So if you'd have listened,
you take that time with me, young man. Maybe a 4-3-3. Chef Paul. Chef Paul's often right. It could be a 4-2-2-2. Says Scott. J Rigby 90. What's happened with Sander Berge? Well, J Rigby, you have just made it fairly obvious that you don't watch the previews, because we did an in-depth Sander Berge situation on the Blackpool preview.
Yes, I think
which is
so.
well worth a watch because because it covers everything that's happened with Sander literally since his injury against Manchester United to where we are now and what's going to happen with the looming January transfer window. So do check it out. Also, if you did watch that and you think, how dare you say I didn't watch the Blackpool preview? Hal, I did watch it. I just missed that bit. You could also see a video that we put on our social media at Sheffield United Way. Check us out on Twitter. There's a video on there about the Sanderberger situation as well. Quick recap is follow us on Twitter at Sheffield United Way.
Very, very well done. We're not far away, are we? We're literally, it is 2:45 and there's no sign of any players, for me anyway.
I know this is part of me that's like, is Nick ahead? Am I ahead? We've had this before with Bobby. The worst one ever, though, was Everton, when Daniel Jebison scored and Nick saw it about 20 minutes after me. And I remember you saying after that, can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I hated it. Oh, they're coming out now.
It was a Chris Wilder against Palace moment for you, wasn't it? You had your chewing gum, you threw it out, and I lip read you going, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I hated that because we'd had very, very little to shout about. And then we have one thing to shout about. We win that game. That's the only thing that happened in that game, pretty much. And I missed it.
Jackie Long throw, last time he played well.
Oh, that turn.
Oh.
And then into the box for
Suit
an easy
you,
tap.
sir. Do you know who got a tune out of Jackie Long throw? Paul Heckingbottom. The man who witnessed Ekibum a 3-0 win against the Pigs yesterday. I love the man.
Why didn't we just have him?
Well, I think someone very close to the Prince might have had a word.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that. We're very happy with our current manager. It's going great.
Do you want to say something? I do hate the red button where the camera is all over the place. It pans here, it pans there. It doesn't pan anywhere where you want it to. But what annoyed me the most about the red button wasn't actually the red button. Against Barnsley, we had it on the red button. We were fine. We were loving life. But I've got the Sheffield United app and I received a notification before the ball went in the back of the net that we'd scored. You would have thought that they would think, oh, red button's always behind. Let's give it 30 seconds and then put it out.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, if you have just joined us, we've discovered that Chris Basham's middle name is Paul. We have gone through a Blades and Choo-Choo. We've gone through a Blades team lineup, which has Sweden's number one, Olsen in goal, Bogle in, Stevens, Egan, Basham back, Fleck, Norwood, Morgan, Gibbs, White, Osborne, Rian. Hi, I'm Rian Brewster. Mousse, who's apparently people have said was going to be out today. That wasn't the case. And a bench that contains League One Wes, Baldock, Sharp, Didsey, and Dai, Halrahan, and Jackie Long throw. Forest team is Samba, Spence, Worrell the captain, Colback, Johnson, Yates, Lolly, McKenna, Taylor, and Garner. They have Horvath, Bong, Ojeda, Carvalho, Zinkelnagel, Mighton, and Graben on the bench. We will let you know when we're about to kick off. You'll see something on screen that will say kick off. And then we'll be well underway. Right, we have kicked off. Hopefully, Nick has as well. And
I think I'm like a second behind you or something.
Well, it bang on 7 seconds now. If you want to hopefully get level with us, don't say it. Here's Lise Mousse, takes a bit of a poor touch, and it's a throw into Nottingham Forest. Early biscuits. 20 seconds in, it is Forest 0, Sheffield United 0, and a pained look from your hero and mine in good Nick.
I've just got off it and I'm going back on it. I'm on 0-0-30.
I'll not say. Right, here's a chance for Lise Mousse to shuffle past his man, get a little shot away, which takes a deflection, and Samba, who grabs that.
Man, I can't do this. I
wish I could pause it. I can't. I've just tried. This is what happened with Bobby and I last time, except I was the one who was miles behind.
Just do your time check on 1 minute.
All right, it's 1 minute.
No, do it again.
It's 1:05.
Oh, I'm 2 seconds behind you.
Well, Basham sweeps up beautifully, I must say, and manages to get that one cleared. The Blades starting, hopefully, as they mean to go on the front foot with John Fleck. A poor pass from John Fleck with his stronger left foot as well. He had 3 men ahead of him, and he tried to feed that ball through to 𝐍𝐸𝐲𝐫𝐝, but it absolutely went nowhere near him, and Forest will keep it cool and calm at the back. Early thoughts, Nick?
Early thoughts. I've turned my skybox off to try and get to same as you, because how can all red buttons be different?
I know, it's an absolute disgrace. I did that for the previous game where we did a watch along. I completely restarted it. I had Bobby Filling during that time, and I never got level with him. But at the moment, you're missing absolutely.
Great to hear.
Yes. Sorry. At the moment, you're missing absolutely nothing with Samba passing that ball out to McKenna. He's magic. And he's going to look for an option in the middle through Garner on loan, that central midfielder from Manchester United that you always think, and certainly I do, when you hear that a player's on loan from Manchester United, they could become the next David Beckham, more likely the next Michael Twiss.
We're going to say Michael Twiss or John Coffey.
Or Alex Notman.
Alex Notman. Love it.
Or Jasper Johns.
Jasper Johns, whatever happened to him?
No idea. Let's get him on the programme. We have a ball out wide to the industrious Ben Osborne, who then goes again to Ender Stevens. His cross is blocked by Spence.
That was a great song, weren't it? That was a great song. Hull away. Ender Stevens runs down the wing.
On the wing for Sheffield United.
No one's singing that anymore.
The best player song we've arguably ever had. Now that corner's been taken quick, and a chance here to break into the box. Oh, it's a really good piece of defending from the Forest back line. It was a crucial foot from Yates, and it's cleared, and it'll be a throw in to United, 30 yards out from the corner flag on this left-hand side. Ender Stevens will take it, and he's already got the options in front of him of Norwood, and Ben Osborne decides to go backwards instead. I never like that when you're trying to get yards further forward with John Egan, though, the man who claims it. And here's Jayden Bogle in for George Baldock. We think that's just dropped due to poor form from Balders. Didn't play well against Blackpool. I shocked Nick earlier by saying I thought it was George Baldock's worst performance in a red and white shirt. And that ball's played out, and it'll be a throw-in to United. Why are you grunting and groaning? You're not ahead of me now, are you?
No, Chris Basham just picking the ball up and just running through 2 players. I've missed that so much.
Time check for you when we're on exactly 4 minutes, and hopefully Nick's going to say he's also on 4.
You just go
4.
2 seconds.
It's the same. It makes no difference.
It's not going to change, is it? Let's be honest.
I'm so sorry.
You better be. It's always you in front of me. Always.
It is. It's not my fault. Maybe it's a south-north thing. Here's Ben Osborne. He's on the left. It's crossed in. It's a brilliant cross. Oh, and it's just blocked and cleared by Worrell. What an opportunity there for Sheffield United to take the lead. That was really good football. I have to say the Blades have started on the front foot, Nick, and I am impressed.
Yeah, I know. Very, very well. I'm loving it. And we've got that ball as well. Come on, let's do it. Let's keep on the front foot. I thought it was a good cross into the box as well, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Darren Ward, another decent shout of a kind of played for both.
I like that. I'll take that. 100%. I like it.
We'll have it. There's bound to be more that I just can't think of right now, but that's probably because the game is underway. 5 minutes old now, and the ball is flicked forward. Ben Osborne thought that might drop. It just goes
well.
Yeah, it just goes over the head. There was a really interesting Sky Sports article with Ben Osborne today about his football academy and his coaching. He's already done his B license. So
that's exactly what you want to see. That's just what you want to see when we're not doing very well. Ben Osborne not concentrating on his Sheffield United football, concentrating on his coaching.
Stop, shut your face. He's the next Chris Wilder. Ben Osborne, Billy Sharp, like Houllier and Evans working together. And you know what happened there?
Yeah, I do remember. Come on now, Blades. Let's do this. Let's get a goal. Let's get an early goal for a change.
Sound like my wife when she's watching football. Let's do a goal. Right, ball taken forward by Morgan Gibbs White. That's a free kick every day of the week and twice on Tuesdays. And it's not a bad one either. 15 yards or so out from the edge of the box. Nick, I like the look of this. Smells like goals.
It does. It smells like
promotion. Thank you very much, Daniel. You star. I can't find it on Sky. Where is the match streamed? Bless you for giving us money to ask that question. It is on Sky Sports Football on the red button. So if you've got one of these, Sky Q, because of this Sheffield United way money, you've got Sky Q. Press the red button, mate, and you'll have a match choice. Thank you very much for the donation. If you'd like to do Super Chat, it would be greatly appreciated. So far, we have raised £1.79. Ball delivered in, and it's headed away. The Blades will try and keep this on. Thank you as well for Jack saying we should have 1 million subscribers. We agree with that.
That Osborne just got legged up.
What happened there? As you see him with his arms outstretched.
It actually looked like he'd handballed that. If it wasn't a free kick to us, it was probably a handball because I think he grabbed it knowing that he'd just got legged up.
And yes, you do have to have Sky Sports to be able to watch Sky Sports Red Button.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do.
Sorry, it's one of the drawbacks of Sky Sports' subscription program. So you must subscribe.
Yeah, I've tried to use it, with Sky Go before using somebody else's Sky, and that does not work.
Wasn't having it. No, it is just the way it is. As Tupac
things will
said.
never be the same. Yeah.
Lyle Taylor's changed his hair. He's gone for the sheep look. It's just a blonde bob. It was his final game, I think, when he scored against Coventry in a 3-2 defeat, with Clough having a watching brief. Clough not impressed with the 2 goals and got rid.
There you go. Do you know what you were talking then? I weren't listening to you. And then you stopped talking. I was like, I don't know what to say now.
Yeah, but at least you covered it really subtly.
That's how I was like, there you go.
There's a thing I do in broadcasting when I've missed something that someone said, and I always have like a default line. But we'll come back to that as Morgan Gibbs-White on 8 minutes 10 chips that ball forward, looking for Lys Mousset. He's got the pace, he's got the wheels, but Samba read it well, the number 30, the goalkeeper, and he'll throw it long. That's a decent throw as well, looking for Lolly, and Lolly trying to get in behind the Blades there, but with their lickety-split on Lolly, and Osborne can come away. I couldn't think of anything. Help me out.
I was ready for a lick there at some point.
That's all you think of, isn't it?
There's going to be a lick in there.
It's a shame that Michael Tung's not playing.
Yeah, that is true.
For a number of reasons.
Yeah. Rhian Brewster, have we noticed him yet?
Hi, I'm Rhian Brewster. He's just...
Oh, come on.
They say which one of us should do commentary. Is that him?
No, it was a split second. Here we go. Here we go. Is that him? He's got it.
Yes, that was him.
He's got it.
I don't know why that's tickled me so much. Just imagine Daniel Mann doing that. Right, here's Osborne on the left. Oh, you said he'd have a floating role, Morgan Gibbs-White, and he has. And he's done brilliantly to lay it off to Ender Stevens. This is really encouraging from United. Getting into that box on 10 minutes takes a little deflection. It's not going to fall where it wanted to fall.
Yeah, everyone banging on about Joe Lolly the last couple of seasons, and he's not made that step up to the Premier League, has he? So he must be very inconsistent. I've not watched him too much, to be honest.
Be fair to him. I think he came from non-league, so actually he's done really well to get to the Championship level. And I know that there were many people talking about him going to the Premier League, but I think it's quite difficult to make that jump. Yeah,
unless you are, unless Sheffield United are interested in you, then we'll spend 20 million on you for no reason. Yeah, absolutely. He played for Kidderminster Harriers. Oh, very good. Very nice. I like that a lot. So I wasn't wrong with that. If you do want to watch the game, you have to have Sky Sports. The match is on Sky Sports Football. You could also get other ways online. Not really. But we are here to provide the watch-along for those that can't see it. And as that ball is chipped in on this left-hand side from John Egan, he decides to go right across the middle, switches the play through that halfway line, landing at Jayden Bogle's feet, back to 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝, back to Egan. In that midfield, nice opportunity to turn from John Fleck, but I don't quite know why he turned and then went backwards. One of those opportunities I'd like to have seen him drive forward, which is what John Fleck usually
looks to do. Hasn't been quite his season, though. I think that's fair to admit.
Yeah, and it is what Basham's done starting off in this game. He was actually playing 1-2s. Oof. He was actually playing 1-2s, Chris Basham, going forward and trying to get into their box. So obviously Basham's not used to playing four at the back.
Here's John Egan, lays that ball into your main man, as you were just talking about, Chris Basham. He's got it all. I don't think we realised technically how gifted he was when we first signed him.
I don't think he did.
I don't think that's true, yeah. Oh, that could have been a foul, but actually completely missed the man and the ball. This is going to be Forest's first meaningful attack as they drive forward and get a shot away. And it's right at the Blades fans who'll watch that go wide of Olsen's left-hand post.
It's just the fact that I know a shot's coming in. It looked close, but the fact that you didn't say anything, all right, yeah, it's definitely gone wide then.
Yeah, no real danger. Lots of you asking how you can watch the game. Nick, how do I answer that?
How does everybody watch the game? They have to have Sky Sports Football, and they have to click the red button and then go down to Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United because they're all on there. If you want to watch a different game, you can do. And you might want to watch a different game in the second half if we're not playing too well. But we've started this game really, really well. 12 minutes in, and we've had all the ball. I said it before. We would have at least 60% possession. And do you know what? That is so. I know we're not converting chances, and I know we're not scoring goals, but it's nice to have a lot of the ball away from home. It just is. It's nice to kind of dominate games. So hopefully we can start putting chances away, creating other good chances, and get up that league because we're certainly dominating games.
Yeah, also available on the Sky Sports app, as I mentioned at the start of the programme. Now, here is Ender Stevens on this left-hand side. Oh, he decides rather than to whip it in, he says, "I play it soft." But I thought that was an opportunity. It was almost on a half volley to smash that across the face. He had two men in the box at the far post and one at the near. That one at the near was the industrious Ben Osborne, the former Forest man, and he decided to play an overcooked pass into him. That was the wrong decision, and we sit on this pretty possession. But as Nick said, it's about taking and creating opportunities.
Yeah, as well, it might be worth mentioning that obviously Bogle's come from Derby as well, so he might be getting some boos.
Oh, he'll definitely be getting some boos. But Max Lowe also came from Derby, and they've taken him to their hearts.
Yeah, that's because he plays for him, isn't it? We've done that loads of times where it's like, oh, Richard Creswell. Oh, I hate Richard Creswell. And he comes to us, and it's like, oh, I love Richard Creswell.
Well, I always loved Richard. I always loved him from his York days.
Even when he were a pig?
Well, he gave me a trophy when I was a young boy.
I don't care if he gave you... I'm going to say something that
I knew exactly what you were going to say. And I'd have cared if he'd done that.
To be fair, mate, we're just past the watershed.
Lowe is not playing Lee Pitts. He can't play because, of course, he's on loan from United.
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 You keep saying that all the time, and I'm just adopting it.
Isn't that nice? How your commentary is ace. I appreciate that. Nick, of course, asking
all right,
certain players are certain players is also helpful.
Abandon ship. Oh, it's not on.
I will just say, we'll talk about abandoned ship. Go on.
Talking about abandoned ship, this morning I was watching documentary after documentary about the Titanic.
Excellent. I watched a 4.5-hour version of Das Boot the other day.
Oh, okay.
As Forest bring that ball forward on this right-hand side, it's Spence who's looking to drive into the box. Can he get past the first man? Oh, we think he can because Egan committed himself early. That could have been a handball shout from Forest players and fans, but no chance. Lolly on the ball, looking to try and lay it off just slightly to his right-hand side and deliver that ball to the far post. It wasn't a bad ball either in from Yates, and the referee's going to say, "Oh, I'm going to shrug my shoulders then." And it's going to be a free kick United.
Yeah, and Adam Blade is absolutely right. Only 9 likes. Only 9 likes. Come on, get it liked. Get it liked, guys. Actually, I'm going to leave it on there until we see at least 20 likes. If not, well, 1 million likes.
I concur with that million. Jono asking, what's up with Ollie McBurney, pal? And we asked this in the build-up. He has said some comments on social media about he's going to disappear from social media for a few weeks and people shouldn't take life too seriously, and now not involved in the squad at all. Possibly a coincidence. No idea at all.
I just think he does need to take some time away from social media and just concentrate on more important things. I think there's more important things in life, like relationships, like your career, than just constantly banging on about UFC.
Is it definitely UFC or is it MMA?
I ain't got a freaking clue. I'm not really that bothered, to be honest.
I don't care.
By the way, Adam, there's 64 likes on here, mate. What's going on? 65. They're flying up. Come on, let's get to 100. Let's get to 100.
He might be checking out the Facebook likes as well.
Could be checking out the Facebook.
Right, we've got an opportunity here for the Blades on 16-17. If you want to get a time check on that right-hand side as 𝐍𝐸𝐵𝐲𝐶 looks to twist, looks to turn, and get a block for a Blades corner on that right-hand side. It's domination from United. We've seen it throughout the season, though. Lots of possession. Can we actually take a chance? Now, from corners, we looked good with Howrahan delivering those corners. Hull, John Egan, sloppy corners, really, from a defensive point of view. But he was in the right place, and we drew men out, sometimes with violence, Billy Sharp. But we did really, I think, work that very well against Hull, those corners. And let's see if those routines have been practiced, because I feel like the set-piece routines that Sheffield United employ, not really since, and don't have a go at me, Alan Nill left, and before that, the Blackwell days, when we had some inventive set-pieces.
We did. You're right. But we've only got two big blokes in the box, haven't we? We've got Egan and we've got Basham. And they're all getting thrown to the ground.
Referee thought about it, but didn't decide to blow as Forest will clear. Again, it's just a fairly bog standard. You'd see that on any Sunday League pitch corner. No way that we can really, I think, be in 2021 and there's been nothing changed, really, to the basic corner. Swing it in and hope that a person with a big head gets it in the back of the net. I just think that there's got to be more to set pieces. Someone who's maybe not in football needs to have a look at it.
You're possibly right. That's a good point. A very, very good point. You know, like maybe like a American football sort of
take ideas
like that,
from other places and implement them. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, well, first of all, it's the definition of madness, but also you'll just get results like that. And there's got to be, as well, throw-ins. The amount of times possession is given away with a throw-in. It's easy to throw a ball with your hands. You can do it from the age of 3. It cannot be an occasion where you throw a ball with your hands to the wrong coloured shirt. I just cannot fathom it, and I can't get my head around it. I think at this level, it's completely unacceptable.
Well, it's only like the same as taking a corner and not beating the first man, and we've done that numerous times this season.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at football, but I used to take throw-ins and corners, and I just practiced them until I got good at them.
Well, that's it. That's the definition of
madness.
Well, no, that's how you get better at something.
And then I drew a circle. Complete circle. Right, it's 1847 as 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐶 Basham decides to come forward, isn't he? Just a wonderful man. Oh, Osborne thought about the shot on his strong left, but decided to lay it off to Ender Stevens, who has yet to really put in a decent ball, but he does find another left footer in John Fleck. Back out to Osborne. It's just tippy-tappy, not going anywhere football, but United are keeping possession, and that's really good. Oh, Spence gets a foot on it, and I think that was going for a corner. Or maybe an offside, though.
Offside, yeah.
Or the tackle came in, and that will be an offside. Forest will get this chance to clear from their own box. But really, if you're a Forest fan and you're at home, Nick, you're not impressed with the way they've started.
No, definitely not. I'd be devastated. They're playing on the break here, and you'd understand it away from home. But at home, playing against a team that are, 17th in the league, and they're playing on the break. Now, don't get me wrong, they're probably going to win this game. They're probably going to win by 1 goal. It's going to end up in top corner. Against the run of play, but you would be a bit annoyed, wouldn't you? Especially how well they've been playing recently.
Yeah, Mr. LJ wants to talk about American football and says, while we're on the NFL, Nick, who's your favourite team?
No, goodbye. No. I appreciate every single comment except for that one.
Lyle Taylor loses the ball there, and Fleck can bring it forward over halfway. Here's a chance for the Blades again on this right-hand side. We keep pushing it out wide. I don't actually know why, because we don't really have anyone who can deliver across. But here's a chance for John Fleck to again spray it out wide, but I think he's overplayed that, and it'll be another goal kick to Nottingham Forest. United having lots of nice possession. I'd love to see it go through the middle.
Yeah, and really, Brewster has been stuck on the right mostly, and he's not been involved in the game at all. Obviously, Moose seems like he is the focal point, and we thought it was possibly going to be a 4-4-2. It's certainly not a 4-4-2. Ryan Brewster's playing on the right wing, which he don't want to be playing there.
David says, Nick, do you think Brewster will make an impact with his chance tonight?
I think I've just outlined the fact that he's not playing in the position that he wants to be playing. So possibly not. Hopefully he gets a chance at some point, or he manages to create something, but it's not looking good. Why would you constantly stick a striker out on the wing? That's what we were doing early on in the season, and it didn't work. So why would it work now?
Yeah. Well, I have actually asked Emil Heskey. I interviewed him not so long ago. And we spoke about his time playing on the left wing, which he hated, especially as a right footer.
Daft, innit? It is just daft. It's the graveyard shift for centre midfielders and strikers. I just don't understand why you would put square pegs in round holes.
Yeah, Lee says, why do we play players out of position? I think it's because Slav asked for wingers eventually, by the way. Let's make it very clear. He didn't ask for wingers at the start of the season, but he did, and it was too late.
I'm pretty sure we brought Slav in because he was playing 5 at the back in Qatar.
Right, here's Ryan Brewster, who's going to actually try, I think, and go for it, or just put in a cross, but he's managed to get that right across the face. He'll actually end up with Ben Osborne, and Ben Osborne, nearly managed to get a second sighter at that, and Forrest through Lolly, and eventually Spence will get this clear, but they look a little bit pedestrian at the back, Forrest. They look like they can be got at with a ball over the top and in behind.
Yeah, and that ball from Bruce was actually really, really good. I don't think anyone expected him to catch it that well. I don't think it was a strike on goal. I think it was a volley across the box and just nobody there.
I think you're right. Von Miller's gone to the LA Rams. I didn't know that. What a player. Von Miller, I remember he rang his dad once live on a podcast to ask if the podcasters were asking, is it weird for men to kiss on the lips with their son? And they rang his dad and said, Daddy, do we kiss on the lips? And his dad was like, hell no. That was hilarious, but it came from Tom Brady, who kisses his son on the lips. My dad's never kissed me on the lips.
No, mine hasn't. And really, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham do it quite a lot, don't they, with the kids?
They do kiss on the lips, yeah.
And I'm not against it, people that do it.
I'm not against it.
Not for me.
I don't want to kiss my dad on the lips, but I'll happily, kiss him, maybe on his.
Why did that take you so long to finish your sentence? Everyone was thinking of everything possible that you could kiss.
I'm trying to think the amount of times that my dad and I have actually kissed. I think you can count it on one hand. It's just not a thing.
I think your dad's not watching right now.
He probably will be. He knows when he's really, really happy and proud of me, he'll give me a firm handshake. And that's sort of, we'll maintain eye contact for a couple of seconds. And that's how it should be.
Fair enough. Anyway, I don't think my dad's watching, but let's move on rather quickly, just in case he is.
Right, 23-55. Forest just playing around with the ball in their own half. You're not missing anything on this right-hand side with Spence laying that ball back to Worrell, the captain of their ship. Colin.
That just made me laugh from Jimmy K. Can we just get back on topic, lads?
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout and probably should have been sent 10 minutes ago. In fact, I blame you for not sending that earlier. So really, that's your fault. And I'd like an apology from you.
See what Helen said.
I'm trying to watch the game. What? Helen's fantastic. Evening, folks. Just got in. And it's Nick talking about kissing. Am I on the right channel? Very good. Helen, one of my personal favourite of our subscribers. Now, here's a chance for Forest. They haven't really looked threatening at all in this game. You know what that means as they win a corner. That ball ricocheting off John Egan, as it was on that right-hand side. Spence managing to get that ball in. And they'll have a corner, Nick, and I don't like it.
I don't like it. Uncle Albert says, have we had a shot on goal yet? Short answer, no.
No, but as a Blade, you take them where you can, and we had a very nice cross from Ryan Brewster.
We did, but there was just nobody there. Brad, where are we watching on? We're watching it on Sky Sports Football on the red button.
Garner is going to take this corner on the right-hand side for Forest, sticking the one hand in the air, which usually means far post. And there it is! Oh, it was a good corner.
It wasn't far post, though, was it?
It was middle post, wasn't it?
Yeah, that middle post that's right in the middle of the goal. Yeah,
look,
that middle post.
One hand up, two hands up. To be honest, I think one hand is up is actually near post, and two hands up is actually far post, but it doesn't matter.
In all honesty, mate, I don't even know, because I think every football team I played for, we never did anything like that. It was always like cross ball, get head on it. And normally they were wanting me to get my head on it, and I will a bit like a John Egan. Oh, I didn't fancy it. Every now and then I'd steam in with a really good header, but more often than not, I just didn't fancy it. And Lee Smooksay gets absolutely pulled down to the ground and nothing happens.
Yeah, referee's got that wrong. Absolutely a foul.
His arms round him. What's going on?
Lee Doherty, the referee today, he's from Lancashire. And
Steve
he's
York
never
is saying stats say one shot each. I'm just trying to think. Has there been anything? Has there been a block shot? I can't think right now.
Yeah, don't know if on target. Forrest definitely had a shot that went wide of the left-hand post as we look at it, of Robin Olsen. Yeah, by the way, Lee Doherty from Lancashire has never refereed a Sheffield United game before, so I have absolutely nothing to go on in terms of what he's done for us in the past. Statsman Adam, correct me if I've got anything wrong on that or anything that I blather on about tonight, as that ping of Ollie Norwood finds Ben Osborne, the industrious Ben Osborne, thought about an early cross, but instead will check inside and look to play that ball out again. It'll find Mousset, who lays it back to Ender Stevens. Rian Brewster will be calling for that ball as he makes his way into the box. Still not really seen enough of Rian Brewster. He's a big fan of the channel. And, we've gone all the way back. Nick, that was disappointing.
It was, because we were playing really good football, and somebody put zzz in the comments. And really, I don't think this is boring football. I think we've dominated. We just
no. They just mean
kill a ball.
They just mean you and me.
Possibly. It's a good point. However, Let's Talk United has said, "Love you, Nick and Hal. What's your ideal lineup?" Go on, Hal. I'll let you do it.
Oh, honestly, I mean, that's quite. I'd have to think about that. But put it this way: it's not the formation we're playing, and it doesn't have Robin Olsen in.
There you go. Has he got any goalkeepers that's on our books in the net?
I'm not a fan of playing with a goalkeeper. I think you really give the opposition. You're basically saying we think you can have a shot on target, whereas I believe so much in our defence that they can stop any shots on goal. So I go with 11 outfield.
Don't even finish that because I don't believe you.
No, I think you play players on form, and I think Wes Fodringham, the last thing he did for us was play a really, really good game against Southampton. One of the best saves I've ever seen live, and looked really good, and then gets dropped straight after that. I don't think that's right. I think it sends a wrong message to players. I think he's a strong manager that would say, I'm sticking with the guy in form rather than the number one for his country.
Yeah, but we don't know what the contract talks have been, and maybe he's said that I need to play football, and we've agreed to it. We've agreed to more stupid things in the past, haven't we? Like when we said to Dean Hammond, you can decide if you want a contract or not.
Yeah, completely. I'm sure you're right that Olsen's agreement was, and by the way, there's an injury to a Forest player, not missing anything. Olsen's agreement was probably, we'll play every game I'm fit, and I'm sure we agreed to that because he's Sweden's number one. We've never, I don't think, I was trying to remember it, signed in his prime the number one for his country in my lifetime. No,
definitely not.
Justin Haber.
You mentioned, didn't you, Justin Haber.
And Aksalu.
Finland's finest.
Estonia, mate.
I thought it was Finland.
I thought it was Estonia. Was it Finland?
I don't know. It's probably Estonia now you said that.
It's probably Finland. I can't remember.
You've probably done your research, and I've probably not.
I think it was Estonia because I covered Gibraltar, Estonia, and he was playing.
There you go then. Unless he plays for Gibraltar, you're probably right.
Definitely didn't play for Gibraltar.
It's Estonia.
Go on then. Answer that question. Your favourite lineup.
My favourite lineup. Oh bloody hell!
And also Alan Kelly. Alan Kelly. Let's be honest. Wonderful keeper, but he wasn't when we signed him Republic of Ireland's number one, and that was my point.
No, he wasn't. And Paddy Kenny was never really Republic of Ireland's number one, was he? He was behind Shea Given. I know, obviously, when we signed him, he wasn't.
Free kick.
Yeah.
Forrest straight into the box. It's cleared by the Blades, and Ben Osborne will try and run it away, but Lolly's too strong for him, and Forrest have utilised that free kick really well and kept possession on and kept the pressure on. Although they've eventually gone back into their own half and made it all the way back to the keeper, and Moose will put the chase on.
They're doing it us.
Forward. They are doing it us. Normally, you should capitalise on that, and that's an offside, Lyle Taylor.
Yeah, we nearly didn't us then getting caught by a bloody long kick from a goalkeeper.
Just like against Blackpool, how you can get caught. I've still not seen a conclusive angle as to whether that was offside.
Oh, mate, it was 100% onside. He ran from so deep. He literally ran from halfway line pretty much. It was like one of them where he's coming that way, everyone's coming that way, and he just completely caught the offside trap perfectly.
We had I've got to be honest. The view we had for Blackpool, same as Southampton, cracking view.
Absolutely cracking.
Right, we have 31 minutes and 7 on the clock as Forest will look to burst on this left-hand side over halfway. You can hear the munts, you can hear the groans of in good nick of the ball. Almost crossed on that left foot, but blocked and then ricocheted back off the left foot of Johnson. And I think he's gone down injured, but actually I think it's just a bit of a muddle, a bit of argy-bargy coming together, and that is a goal kick that Robin Olsen will hopefully take successfully.
Basham wasn't happy with him then. I don't know why. I don't know whether Bash thought that he'd not touched him and he'd gone down like he's been hit by a ton of bricks. But yeah, Basham's a very, very nice player. He doesn't normally get wound up about anything, so something must have wound him up.
What was said about Finland? Nick was just getting his knickers in a bit of a confusion. Nothing really. In the end,
My
we said
Finland's
nothing.
Getting
his Finland's, and we actually literally said nothing about Finland. That's a cross from Ben Osborne. Those blocked by Spence. Had a good game, Spence, for Forest. I don't often notice too many opposition players, but his clearance goes straight to halfway. And the grateful feet of the Republic of Ireland international, John Egan.
Yeah, it's great to have internationals, actually. It's
all right, Nick. We're keeping you up. The fun of watching Sheffield United this season summed up in one yawn.
Tell me about it. But like I keep saying, I think it's been a good 32 minutes up to now. We just need to create one or two chances. We haven't created anything in this game up to now. We've got into good positions, but we've not managed to even create any chances, never mind convert any.
Well, Basham's done brilliantly since being brought back into the team. People said he couldn't play before. He can, but Forest now regaining possession after sloppy play. Oh, and a wonderful tackle. That is absolutely superb from Chris Basham. He read the play so well when Forest were breaking, and Lolly will not pass, and he gave him a right licking.
He did. He gave him some right stick then, didn't he?
Oh, that's much better. Brewster does really well to win a corner. Lovely jinking run on that right wing position that hi, I'm Rhian Brewster is actually playing today. I can't do the impression.
Hi, I'm Rhian Brewster, and you're watching the Sheffield United way. Even though Luke told him to say Sheffield United about 4 times before he said it.
What he's really saying is, I've no idea what this YouTube channel is or what you're asking me to say. I've never heard of it. I've never watched it, and I never will.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. But for a second there, you weren't saying anything, and I was like, Hal, I'm like 2 seconds behind you. You're going to have to pick this up here, mate.
I watched Kai Gordon's live Instagram last night, and we'll talk more about that later. 34 minutes and change as the ball is whipped in from that corner on that right-hand side by the left foot of Fleck, and it's, as always, cleared by Forest, but a chance again for the Blades. Right-footed this time, he plays it in, and here's a chance for Rhian Brewster playing it into Bogle, and Bogle's touch is poor. And actually, that will eventually be cleared by Forest for a Blades throw-in on this right-hand side. But if Bogle took a better touch there, the former Derby man, he could have turned and either shot or delivered across. That was a missed opportunity from Bogle.
And we know that Bogle can turn and shoot and score, and he can create chances as well. So, yeah, a bit good about that one.
Yeah, poor touch. And we've not really seen enough yet from United in that final third to show me that we can be convincing in front of goal. It is really the same story as every game. Dominant. Lots of possession, doing nothing with it, and that's really got to change.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sloppy play in this game as well, to be fair. In the midfield, just giving the ball away needlessly. That throw in there, like you said, it was like trying to do a throw-in through ball, and it just got away from it. It's like, for God's sake, just get it to feet. Here Basham. Basham's off again.
Striding forward and then decides to go backwards. Steady Eddie. And then Ben Osborne has to play a ball really quickly because it was a hospital pass to Ben Osborne. The thing about Ben Osborne is awareness of what's around him has always been very good. Even when he doesn't have a good game, he very rarely gives the ball away.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And he's always got it in his head. Where am I going to go next? Where am I going to go next? And he does, like you say, he doesn't give it away, even if he has to go backwards. And I know sometimes you want him to go forwards, and that's the difference between him and someone like Morgan Gibbs-White and Dye. Morgan Gibbs-White doesn't mind losing the ball, and sometimes not minding losing the ball is the best way to be, because you might lose the ball the first time, The second time, you might go for the wrong goal.
Speak of losing the ball, John Egan gives the ball away. It's gifted. It's a chance for Forest on this right-hand side to get a shot away. It's brilliantly blocked. And it'll fall into the grateful arms of Robin Olsen. But Egan, if that had been a goal, I think it would have summed up, for me, recent weeks of John Egan, which have not been the John Egan that we're used to.
No, definitely not. And when things like that happen, you need to tell me. And we're away again on the right-hand side, Ryan Brewster. He's took a poor touch, but...
He has. He's had to check back in, and actually this killed the momentum a bit now as Forest managed to get all but one man back. And really, this is now a bit pedestrian from the Blades.
It is, but come on. Have a go. Top bins.
Good shot. Oh. Good save.
Oh, for God's sake. I forgot that you were in front then for a second.
Samba will take that one right into his feet. It was Ryan Brewster on the right-hand side who shot first time. It wasn't a bad effort, and Samba has collected that, decides to roll it out. A little bit of a strange decision to Worrell. Samba likes to play this sweeper-keeper role. He's come forward so many times. We've even seen him outside his box taking clearances.
Yeah, definitely. He loves the ball at his feet. It's a bit of an Edison here.
Yeah, I'm going to see the ball to feet of Oliver Norwood now as a free kick has been given in the centre circle, and he will play it back to John Egan in our own half.
Yeah, do you know what? Talking about Samba still, though, I wouldn't mind him being on the ball if we'd signed someone like him, because all goalkeepers are wanting to... Oh, we've got a free... No, he took the ball. Oh, for God's sake. I thought we got a free kick in a great position then.
I think it was a free kick, but Lee Doherty from Lancashire has not given it, and the Blades will have to do their own work here. And I think that was a perfectly good challenge from Chris Basham. The referee's given a free kick to Forest.
I don't think it was Basham. I thought it was
the previous
Norwood. I thought it was Norwood that just kind of grabbed him round the shoulder.
Yeah, we've got some Forest fans in the chat.
Yeah, Norwood's just got booked.
He has, absolutely. You were right there. Nick calls these things. He gets them. He sees the things I miss every single time.
I just think things like this are stupid, to give away stupid free kicks like that just for grabbing someone. There's no need. They weren't going to score a goal from there. And I don't think it was a booking, but we've given away a free kick in a great position for them to whip the ball in.
Yeah, they're outside the area here by about 25 yards, and it's also right on the left-hand side near the touchline. We're on 38-27 if you're trying to keep level with us. The game is on Sky Sports Football. Press the red button. You've got your match choice. And we are doing our very best with the Watchalong to keep you updated as things happen. At the moment, it is 0-0, as you'll see on the screen here. If you want to be involved in the Super Chat, we'd be really appreciative of that.
Yeah, give some money, guys. Give some money.
Right, ball whipped in from that right foot and a chance to get it into the box for Forest, but it's cleared by the Blades' first man. And Ben Osborne will try and get this away as well. But Spence, who's had a really strong game there, can he beat Ben Osborne? Can he actually take him on and get that ball past him? Not once, not twice. What about the third time he decides to just pass it out of play? Oh, I'll take that all day. Ben Osborne did well.
He's an exciting player, though, that Spence, because he looks like he's got everything. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, he likes to run with the ball. That's exciting for me.
Yeah, his name is Dead Spence, D-J-E-D. I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably not. might be Jed. I wouldn't call a kid dead.
No, I wouldn't.
It's just not a nice name.
Won't be dead happy about that.
No, here's Enda Stevens. Can he get the ball across? Yes, he can, and it's a chance for Morgan Gibbs-White, but it's cleared. And here's Jed Spence. I'm going with Jed. And he'll lay it back off to Captain Worrell. He's a hero, gonna take pollution down to 0. And the header will go out right past Stephen Cooper, who's kept that mask on from Halloween.
What were you just singing then?
Captain Planet, do you remember?
No.
All right. Again, make me feel old, why don't you? Why couldn't you have been born in something like 1981?
What channel was this on then? Oh, was it before like Sky and stuff? Was it like when you had 3 channels?
Yeah, you had BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV One, and then there was ITV Two, and then they got rid of that. And then there was Channel 4, and then there was Channel 5, which had to be installed in everyone's home.
ITV 2 came before Channel 4?
Well, on my old TV, we had 4 channels, and it had 1, 2, 3, and ITV 2. It didn't have Channel 4, but that might have been just our telly.
Yeah, I think so. You were ahead of your time, weren't you?
Yeah, I foresaw ITV too. By the way, if you thought the kissing my dad stuff was boring, we're on 40 minutes 51. The Blades have the ball in their own half. John Egan will look to chip it over to Jaden Bogle, who tries to nod it down to 𝐍𝐸𝐲𝐫𝐝 and actually does really well, but it's a great crunching challenge. And the Blades will have to recycle it with John Fleck. Here's Ender Stevens, crosses it in rather than give it out to Osborne. That's going to fall nicely with a shot on the volley from Rhian Brewster, and it's high, wide, and not very handsome. He's got to do better there for me, Nick.
Yeah, it's a shocker that he needs to get it at least near the bloody goal. I was going to say on target, but it was nowhere near the goal, was it? It was always rising. It's like a Gareth Taylor volley, but nowhere near as good. Absolutely
that, yes. The Blades, though, playing well in this first half. I think a goal would change things. I think we'd go into the half with a spring in our step, and Slav would be happy with the way that the Blades have kept possession. Samba will make another odd clearance there. I'm not sure that's what he intended. And Egan has fouled his man, Lyle Taylor, on the halfway.
Constantly giving free kicks away. I'm not sure it's just us, though. This referee seems to be giving them everything and us nothing. It's a bloody season, that, isn't it?
Lee Doherty, the referee from Lancashire. Free kick to Forest in the Blades half. And it's going to be taken by number 22, Yates, who lays it off nice and easy to McKenna. He's magic. And back in the middle to Garner on loan from Manchester United.
I'm still laughing at McKenna. He's magic. I know,
Samba.
I get that reference.
Good, I'm not that old. What is Samba doing? He's always out of his goal so
he
far.
Loves it.
He's asking for trouble, if you ask me.
Nah, he's a good footballer, you can tell.
Here's Osborne, the fabulous, wonderful, mercurial, magnificent Ben Osborne. Does he ever put a foot wrong?
Just then.
Yeah, couldn't get the ball past Spence. Oh, you bastard. Spence actually manages to work his way through really well.
What are you doing, Hal?
Sorry, I got really concerned that he was about to put a cross in that was going to be a goal.
If kids are watching, there's a 9-year-old kid watching here.
Well, actually, if you
don't.
No, you're allowed to say certain words, and bastard is one of them.
Nobody says that.
What?
Nobody says that. Nobody says that. What does it mean?
You don't have a father, or you don't know who he is.
And is that what Spence is to you?
No. All right, you put me on the spot. Exactly. There's a chance to take that corner, but it doesn't beat the first man. It's a really poor corner, and Forest will try and do things again that make sense in a football sense. Another corner.
Oh.
That boy Yates seeing a lot of the ball. He's trying to G those Forest fans up. Hopefully plenty of chance of scab ringing out from the Blades as the miners' strike. Not forgotten in 2021.
It'll never be forgotten, mate. Never. Even half of the kids that are shouting scab tonight probably won't even know what it means.
Well, that looks like a foul in the box. And Olsen says to Lyle Taylor, "What the hell are you doing with your hair and your life?"
Yes. So what happened then? It'd be great
if
it Fleck over. Across.
It was Lyle Taylor pushed Fleck over, simple as that. And if the referee was stronger here, he'd give Lyle Taylor a yellow, but he's not going to because he didn't see it. So Fleck is for some reason marking Lyle Taylor, their tall striker.
There you go. Even John Richardson's not happy with you. The comedian.
For me swears.
Yeah, for your swears.
Well, I have to say, if you find that this channel is a little bit mouthy, I will warn you about Shoreham View.
I don't know what you're on about. PG.
Yeah, keep saying PG. It's PG. I love how Red Half of Sheffield said we'd like to think we're a family podcast, followed by several F-bombs.
Well done, Bash. Well done. Do you know what? I remember saying to Johnny said something like, it's a PG channel or something like that, and then went on a rampage about talking about fellatio and stuff like that.
Right, so what I've done, you've made it worse. It's his own channel. He can do what he likes. He does what he likes.
He definitely does what he likes.
He does what he likes.
So we're nearly at the half-time stage now. I can't imagine there's many minutes. This is probably one, if any. I didn't even see. Did you see how many there were?
They have not shown us. It's one camera angle on the red button. And there's something flying through the sky, which looked like it possibly was a moth. Highlight of the first half for me. Was it a UFO? Right. Well, that would have been the highlight. Poor touch from 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐸 allows Forest to retake possession, and it's a free kick, and not another booking here. That's just a little slight bit of indiscretion, but I think he genuinely was going for the ball there, 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐸.
Yeah, and the referee's looking like he's going to knock him out. See how he
What is he
to him?
doing there? Absolute nonsense. Thinking he marches over like it's the worst foul in history to give 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐸 that booking. I do not think that was a bad foul at all. He was trying to get the ball, just a little foot in between feet.
Yeah, and I don't like those early first half bookings. Norwood's obviously got one. Norwood will end up getting another booking, so I could see Slav bringing him off at some point in the second half. But it's just frustrating. I don't want to see bookings in the first half because you know what happens.
You do, and we've received, I think, 2 very soft yellow cards in this desperately dull first half. Forest starting to come into it as the half will close. That's really good skill on this left-hand side, looking to try and win a corner. And I think they have, because Jayden Bogle...
Oh, what? What's he doing there?
Was it Brewster, actually, who managed to get back and offer a bit of defensive nous, but really did not keep the ball in as he would have hoped.
He kept it in and then kicked it straight back out. Like, you're a professional footballer. How can you not put the ball out for a throw-in from there?
Yeah, you think, unless it already rolled out, it's possible. It's in front of the Blades contingent that have packed the away end. It's always been the away end as long as I've known at the City Ground. It's swung in near post. Oh, it's a great header, and it's just gone wide. Forest are really finishing this half strongly after the dominant Blades display, and that is your half-time whistle. And that's all she wrote for the first half. Not one to write home about. Nick, thoughts?
No, not really. Like we keep saying, though, we've played some all right stuff. We've just not creating any big chances. Not creating anything, really. There's only really that Brewster, like, kind of cross-shot volley that's like kind of went across the box and nobody were there. You wanted 𝐍𝐸𝐫𝐝𝐸 to be just in that 6-yard box ready to tap it in. But, yeah, not a great deal has happened either way, really. Olsen's not had to really make a decent save. Neither has Samba. Samba's just been just doing the Samba, hasn't he, in his own half.
Changes. Talk to me. What would you do?
I would leave it for 15, get to the 60th minute, and then who am I bringing on? Probably Iliman and Die.
You sound like Blades Pod there. I could just hear like tapping of a keyboard.
This? Do you mean this?
Yeah.
I'm just messing about. Sorry.
That's what Ben does, doesn't it? When he's like, when Roy sort of says, "Where are we in the table?"
Yeah.
None of that on here. None of that on here. It's already there.
Oh God, yeah.
It's already there. Right. Stats wise, 4 shots for United, 3 for Forest, none on target for the Blades, 1 on target for Forest. And we say, Ohio.
Hello.
Robert, we've got to talk about what everyone's been asking. Who's your NFL team?
I put it in the chat earlier, so if you want, just scroll back up. You can see that. Just to save Nick, I know how much he loves these conversations. And
all right, you're right.
Robert knows what side his bread's buttered. That's what.
We won't be silly. We won't talk about American football. Instead, it's the World Series. Houston Astros and the.
I was about to say, I wasn't talking about that. My team's not in that one, so we're going to move on from that one too.
You knew that would come in. You knew that would come in, Hal. You deserved it.
Yeah, it's just as fascinating. Could go to probably will go to Robert Game 7, won't it? Now.
I was just telling. Yeah, no. We're gonna move on from baseball. We'll move on from American football, NBA, hockey. We'll just cover them all right now. I have teams. We'll put it in the chat later.
Well, I'm a Packers fan.
Each other and not bore everybody else.
Yeah.
Go Pack, go! And I'm saying that the Braves bullpen is not going on. It's not going to be enough for these Astros. Football isn't even my favourite sport, Nick.
Well, shall we get him off, guys? Let's have a vote in the comments.
That's like, can you do polls on here?
Do you know what? I think you can on YouTube, so I might do that.
Good shout, Robert. And he's put his Twitter handle on as well. If you would like to give Robert a follow, he does do plenty of Blades-related tweets. So let's genuinely talk about that first half, Robert. Not one for the neutral.
Yeah, there were a couple, like, again, like we've seen in all these games, a couple good moments where you get a good cross, you have someone making a good run through the middle of the field. I feel like, unlike a lot of our recent games, Morgan Gibbs-White hasn't been as involved. And I'm not sure if that's just not having Njae to play off of. Maybe there really is a connection between the two that they just need to thrive on. But I do kind of like Enda Stevens. He's done it a couple times. He's cut inside instead of staying along the touchline. And it's kind of opened up that back line for Forest. I think that's probably one of the bigger threats that we have in this game right now that we don't typically see. But obviously, you still need a good cross at the end of that, and we haven't seen a ton from Enda Stevens as far as quality crossing this season. So it may be scratching at the surface of something that's not really there. But I like it. It's something a little bit different. But yeah, I would rather see Brewster up top in a 2. I think, like Hal has said, move back to a 4-4-2, keep Gibbs-White on the right, Osborne on the left. That's probably the way I would change this formation up.
What about the fact that Basham is playing so well, and he is? He's just reliable Bash. Mm-hmm. And realistically, Ben Davies is going to be fine for the next game away at Blackburn. What happens?
Well, based on Egan's first half performance, I don't know if he is the nailed-on starter that we think he is. It's sacrilegious at this point to say Egan's not first name on the team sheet.
Robert dropping bombs left, right, and centre.
That's what I'm here for, you know?
I think he's talking. I think he's talking sense. I really do. I think Egan's hasn't really had a good season at all by any stretch of the imagination. He didn't have a great season last season, and he's not started very well. And the thing is, them two are great at the side of each other playing football, Egan and Davis. But I love to see Basham pick that ball up and take a couple of people on and get it moving. The thing is, Ben Davis is a better passer of the ball than Basham is, but we seem to get further up the field when Basher's making those little runs. So I think realistically, defensive-wise, Egan and Basham play better side by side, but I completely agree with Robert. I don't think Egan's really done a great deal recently.
Well, I mean, he got those 2 goals against Hull, but even I said in the first half, Egan hasn't been the Egan of old, and that's because of the formation. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, Egan thrived in the 3 center back formation because he could sit there and hold and basically be that last line of defense. He had at the peak O'Connell and Basham both running off the side of him. And with the team setup that we have now, we could theoretically have Basham on the right making runs, and you have Davies on the left making passes. And you have a slight difference between those 2 roles, but that back 3 could work. It's just Slav tried it 1 or 2 games at the beginning when everybody was, flip-flopping formations every 3rd game, and you're not really settled. So of course it's not going to work out. A lot of new players coming in right at that time period too. So I'd be interested if he tried that 5 at the back again, but I don't see him doing that. It's almost unrealistic for him to do it at this point. So I'll throw a curveball out there, back to baseball. Put Basham in a defensive midfielder in 3 in midfield. And you have Howerhan and Fleck or whoever you want in that more attacking midfield. Maybe even drop Morgan Gibbs-White back a little deeper as a number 10 kind of. But basically get Basham in the middle because he can make defensive stops. He can run back and defend if we need to. But he's running further forward. He can make runs. I don't know. It may not work, but Football Manager seems to like it. And as Hal mentioned that earlier, my season's not gone as well as I had hoped, but I'm at least in playoff contention right now.
Okay, Nick, what are your thoughts on Basham playing a defensive midfield role if we're going to keep 4 at the back?
I nearly took you out of there, Hal, because I thought you were going to talk about American sports then. But I've never liked Bash in that role. I always thought that Bash... When I remember Bash as not being a great footballer and just knowing him before this new kind of what Chris Wilder turned him into, he was a defensive midfielder that ran a bit, did okay occasionally, but he was a League One player. But he's always seemed to come up trumps when he's sat in there and and battled. So I'm not absolutely against it, but I just prefer to see him at centre back, if I'm being completely honest.
Bash, though, played in midfield when we beat the Pigs. Yeah, at Swillsborough, 4-2. I don't know if you remember that game. I've just noticed there's a couple of Wednesday nights in the chat, so I thought I'd just bring it up. But Mark Duffy scored a lovely goal, actually, because they thought they were back in it. I don't know if you remember. And they were doing a sort of silly little dance.
Like bouncing.
They were
find it.
Yeah, they were bouncing at it.
There's another one here that seems to be a Leeds United fan. And I remember Chris Basham playing in midfield for another game. Do you remember that, Hal?
Oh, I think there was a game when the Leeds actually were being filmed for a promotion documentary by Amazon, weren't they, that season? But actually, there was a goal in that game that you're referring to from Chris Basham in midfield that ruined the entire documentary, and Russell Crowe went and cried into his little gladiator dress.
Oh, dear. There we go.
So I remember that, Trev. You actually, if you check on Amazon, you can see my review of that Leeds documentary, and it's quite funny.
Wait, what?
I did a review. You know, you can write a review.
You're one of them sad people, Hal, aren't you? You're one of those sad people.
It's the only Amazon review I've ever done.
Can you just not watch it and enjoy it for what it is? You have to get involved, don't you?
The kind of abuse I am taking on here. Right, Max Lowe's been brought up in the chat. Max Lowe's apparently playing quite well for Forest. I think it's a sad state of affairs when a lot of Blades are begging us to bring back Max Lowe in January to sort out our crisis at the back. Max Lowe is not the answer to any question, even the question, who is Max Lowe? So it ain't Max Lowe. Forget about it. He's also on a ridiculous wage. So I'm happy for him to go. I'm quite pleased he's playing well for Forest. Forget about him. I don't actually see him playing in a red and white shirt ever again. A striped red and white shirt. I'm aware that Forest have white on their shirt.
Completely agree. Max Lowe was awful for us. He might be okay going forward, in all honesty, but he can't defend to save his life. And we've got enough left backs. We don't need any more.
Yeah, we don't have as many as we used to have, of course. We've gone from having 8 left backs to suddenly going, well, where's Reece Norrington-Davis? And Stevens isn't playing well, and Max Lowe is out on loan. Who's going to play left back? I get it, why people are talking about it. Osborne can play there, and he isn't a left winger, but he gives you something wherever he plays. Robert, has anyone stood out to you in that game? Like, someone actually said to me after the Blackpool game, pick a man of the match, and I'm still thinking now. So, in that first half, anyone stood out?
No, not really. Because even the Forest attacks have been like, I don't know, there have been a couple set pieces that looked kind of dangerous. And they had that one run down the side that ended up being nothing. So like, yeah, it's been a kind of nothing game. A lot of switching of possession in the midfield, but nobody's really stood out. Yeah, I can't really pick somebody out of the crowd.
Robert, there's quite a few Wednesday fans for some reason in our chat now, and I get why there are. I've seen the Wednesday offerings on YouTube, so I get why you'd come here. Double award-winning football content award YouTube channel.
Shouldn't they
Robert,
be at Hillsborough though, really?
If they're proper fans. Robert, you being in Ohio, do you have any strong feelings one way or the other towards Wednesday?
I mean, it's 1/7 of the week. And honestly, Wednesdays in America, I don't know if you guys have this term, but it's called hump day because the idea is it's the worst day of the week because you're equidistant from it just being the weekend and it not yet being the weekend. And it's just a poor day overall. So when I heard that the team I support has a big rivalry with a team called Wednesday, I'm like, well, that's just great, And of course they wear blue. It's just the whole thing just fits perfectly. So and I don't even know anybody. I mean, I don't know anybody here in person who's a Sheffield United fan, but I also don't know any Sheffield Wednesday fans, and that's the better thing. Yeah, I agree with that. Right, Forest, I thought Spence stood out for them. They've clearly put most of their attacking threat down the right-hand side. Lolly seems to have had a very good game. Garner has been involved, and we've seen quite a bit of Yates. Personally, I don't expect any changes at half-time. However,
I do think there should be changes at half-time, and one of them should be Iliman Ndiaye, because there is one thing we're lacking in a game full of possession. It's someone to unlock that defence. They're playing so many men back. If you're not familiar with the Forest formation, I will just let you know it's one that I'm a fan of. 3 at the back. So they're playing 3 at the back. They're then playing 4 in the middle and 3 up top. But it's not really 3 up top. It's kind of Lyle Taylor on his own with Johnson and Lolly just off that front man. So it's a side at home set up to defend. And I think we need someone with that attacking mindset who can make things happen. I think Ndiaye's that guy. I mean, that turn, I don't you remember, Nick, the Blackpool game, when Ndiaye had Morgan Gibbs-White behind him, and he took the ball and turned and passed it in one flowing move. And I just thought that awareness to know that Morgan Gibbs-White is there. And then Morgan Gibbs-White hit that shot that went actually wider every time I saw it.
But let's just think, right? I know it's bad that we've not seen Ndiaye yet, but I can't wait to see him come on this pitch, because he will. He'll be the first sub and he will rip it up. He will change it, depending on who he comes on for. And really, I can see him coming on for Brewster, and I don't think that's really fair.
I agree
with you. Brewster keeps just being dumped on the wing, and he's just, what can he do?
He keeps just being dumped on, full stop.
Yeah, you could say that. Some games he's not playing, some games he's not even on the bench, and some games he's put on the wing. It's not fair.
Give him a chance. Yeah. Do read my Amazon review on Take Us Home. Stephen has. I told you it was funny. And also, shouts to Simon, who says in April he's finally going to get to see the Blades live. Simon Sultana.
That's what I was laughing. That's what I was laughing at.
Robert, kissing dads. Do you kiss your dad on the lips?
No.
Well, do you kiss your dad at all?
No.
You see, I'm not a big dad. I'm not a big dad kisser. I've got to be honest.
You could kiss him on his head, though, Hal, couldn't you?
I've kissed my dad on his head. Are you implying because he's
Fabian Barthez?
Are you mentioning that my dad's lacking some hair? I'll have you know that man had a fine head of hair for many years, and I think he really suits his current style.
I completely agree. It's you that's bringing this up. I don't know why you've gone that way.
Right. Gone that way.
What do you think, Robert? What do you think about McBurney being dropped before you go?
He hasn't played a lot recently. When he did play, he wasn't performing very well. It's probably time to give other people a shot. Just wish his price tag hadn't been so high. One fun thing I discovered in Football Manager, though, just again, last thing on McBurney, he had like a 10 league goal clause or something in FM. Don't know if that's real or not. A lot of those contract stuff aren't real, but the fact that I was halfway through my season like this year and he was still 5 goals away from it, and it was like, by the way, 5 more goals, he could hit this clause where it like pay £300,000 to Swansea. I'm like, that's ridiculous that he hasn't scored like any league goals for us. It just still baffles me. So
baffling indeed. Robert, we always appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much for your halftime analysis. We are back underway in the second half, and we will leave you to enjoy it in Ohio.
All right. Take care, lads.
All the best. Right, so we're at 45-45 in the second half. It is Forest 0, Sheffield United 0. You've missed absolutely nothing. It's a throw-in for the Blades on the left-hand side. And can they, with the industrious Ben Osborne, actually beat Spence? Spence has just been there every single time. Blocks it yet again to Yates.
Yeah, he's a specimen. He is a specimen. He's everything that Ben Osborne isn't. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast.
Here's Johnson, who got arguably fouled in the first half. Certainly he claims he was. Referee, quite rightly, didn't give a free kick. And that's that man, number 8, Colback, who hardly saw any of the ball in the first half. But maybe you'll see more of it now as they're looking to attack more down the left-hand side. Perhaps they've seen that as a weaker area, with Bogle, as we know, being far more attack-minded. And Rhian Brewster just not really seeing any of the ball.
I was just going to say the same thing, really. Like, Bogle's not the best defender, and Rhian Brewster offering him some support is a striker.
Yeah. Why they attacked down the right all the first half, I don't know, but they seem to have made it basically very clear from Stephen Cooper's instructions that the left is the way to go. And Samba here is thinking about it, remembers the instructions, and does not go down the right. Instead, decides to kick it all the way to Olsen.
Well, he's just had a shot. They need to get their the shots up, don't they?
That counts as 2.
Yeah. On target.
What hope do I have of convincing my nephews to be Blades when this is the kind of football and they do not live anywhere near Sheffield and all their mates are telling them to support Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Man City?
I know. Well, Ben Osborne down the left-hand side.
That defending is Worrell on this occasion, really strong. The only way you knew it wasn't Spence is that Worrell kicked it out and the Blades still have possession because Spence would have had a shot on goal.
I know he's weak. He's been weak in this game, though. Osborne, in my opinion,
I don't think he's
every time he's got the ball.
I don't disagree with that, but I don't think he's a left winger. I think it's a bit unfair on him playing there. You know, he is. I think he's a defensive midfielder. I think that's his best position.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think he probably would do a better job than Fleck.
Yeah, at the moment, I completely.
We've got ourselves a corner though, which is good to see. All in all, we're going over to whip the ball in. Hopefully, we can get something. That's the thing with Ollie McBurney. The only thing I can give him is the fact that we look better from corners when he's in the box for obvious reasons.
Does have the height. 48-14 corner from this left-hand side. Not a bad one, although no one there, and actually a claim for a foul in the box.
I love that. The ball's gone out. Mousse throws himself on the floor. No one's ever going to get a penalty when the ball's pretty much already out of play.
I think, yeah, absolutely. I think Osborne saw a lot of the ball first half, didn't he? Because the real Father Christmas has said, you said Osborne was great first half. Did we say that?
I think you said, obviously you said that he's great.
Obviously I said he's great.
Aussie lover. I think we were saying that he never gives the ball away.
Absolutely, never gives the ball away. Since we said that, he's not given the ball to a Sheffield United player, but he has given it to Forest players, and in that I'm correct.
I think he's just had a bit of amnesia, really, and just he thinks that he's still a Forest player, possibly.
Started his career at Derby, incredibly, and yet loved by Forest fans.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird, isn't it? It's really, really weird. Again, we don't know if he's a Derby fan or he's a Forest fan or if he supports someone completely different.
Could be. Right, he's played the ball back there on that left-hand side with a chance to get things moving with Fleck, who takes a poor touch, and it will be cleared by Forest all the way back to Samba. It's a bit sloppy, some of the play, and we're really looking at incision and that cutting edge. There's something, I think, missing from all the games we've seen this season, and it is what I thought would be sorted, replaced with Morgan Gibbs-White. And initially, when he first arrived, I thought, that's it. The missing piece of the jigsaw, and suddenly it just hasn't continued in that vein, and possibly Gibbs-White set the standard too high to continue like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Gibbs-White is certainly in the last month or so downed his levels, if you like, but also I think it's the reason for that is he's just not had very good players around him, and Dye's probably the only one that's on his level, and nobody else is. So I don't know whether we can blame Morgan Gibbs-White, blame the players around him, or a bit of both.
Foul on John Fleck, and finally a yellow card dished out to a non-Blade as Forest's Yates will pick up a yellow for that one. We're on 50-30. It is still 0-0. You have missed, if you've just joined us, nothing.
No, exactly. Just absolutely nothing. It's just continued like it was in the first half. Just no creation.
Pedestrian is probably the word I would use to describe this and pretty much every game this season. Basham, even when he loses the ball, he slides in to make sure it's not a breakaway attack for Forest. He's so brave. Really has no fear at all, just throws himself at oncoming studs.
Oncoming studs.
It's a ball into the box, which Samba will read quite comfortably, and then another kick upfield, looking again to the left-hand side as he's been instructed.
To be fair, mate, Samba is so good on the ball. He's so confident on the ball, but every pass has gone straight to a Sheffield United player.
He's like Manuel Neuer, except for the passing. So he does love to come out. He loves to play football like he's an outfield player, but he can't pass for toffee.
No, he can't. I don't even know if he's any good at saving shots either, because we've not given him any chance to show that, have we?
No, we really haven't. No chances on target as yet for the Blades, but who knows if that'll change. We heard under Slav we were going to be a very attacking side, win 5-4 and 6-5. It really hasn't been the case.
No, well, after the international break, the first one, we scored 6 goals, so that was great. But we've not seen anywhere near that since. Oh, but this is what we do love, Hal. We love Chef Paul. £10. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that.
What a legend. Chef Paul, always one of my favourites when he gets involved in these watch-alongs, speaks a lot of sense, and giving us 10 English pounds is fantastic. We've not raised a great deal tonight for the Super Chat, so really appreciate it. And the thing is, he loved my Amazon review. I told you it was funny, Nick.
I want to see it now.
You'll have to go and read it. Let's go and check it
out. I will go and read it. I will after this. Straight after this. There we go. Need a rebuild. It's simply the Wilder era is over. His players are past it, and now we've got to be honest. We have such an average team full of players used to losing. Oh, I didn't want to hear that, Oliver, if I'm being completely honest. Even though I know it, I didn't want to hear it right now. But I appreciate it, and we respect every comment that we get in, especially when they're right.
Agreed.
Yeah, a lot of people saying how's Brewster been, or should I say the same person asking it about 30,000 times. So how's Brewster been, Hal? What do you think? Just being out of it, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, just been out of it, but I'm not going to blame him. That's the position he's been put in. He's not a winger. He's never been a winger. He's trained his entire Liverpool career as a fox-in-the-box striker. And you can't really replicate that by having to build and create for others in a deep, wide midfield position.
Yeah, exactly that.
Free kick on 54th minute. It's to the Blades, and it's just over halfway. No booking on this occasion.
Hal, Jack the King asks, why did we sack Chris Wilde? It is dumb.
Well, we didn't. So
we didn't first of all.
He resigned 3 times, and eventually you've got to accept a resignation if a man doesn't want to stay.
Exactly that. Nick's words, first half, we appreciate every comment apart from that one. Oh, yeah, I forgot I said that. Very good point. We're doing our...
Here's a chance. Sorry, I'm just looking at Fleck as he plays the ball into the middle of the box. And the Forest players are there every time in numbers, defending like Trojans, Nick.
Yeah, defending like Trojans. Do you know what? The Steve Cooper knows what he's doing. And I think he's just watched us very, very closely, realised that if it's not going well for us and we're not creating chances, we get frustrated and they can catch us on the break. So I think this is their game plan. He's
done well, as you know, since he's come in. 14 points from 21 since he came in at late December, Stephen. Cooper at Forest. Can the Blades get something going with Jayden Bogle on this right-hand side? Looks to cross a ball in. Samba will come out, read it well, and then throwing like a salmon on a trampoline.
It was actually a really good throw as well.
That's the noise
who
he
else
made.
is good at throwing the ball? Robin Olsen. But we've not seen any of that.
Really good defending there. Just stood up strong there, Ender Stevens.
He did. He did really well. Very, very
That's what
well.
I like to see.
Can we get moving quick, Bogle, or are we just going to stand there?
Yeah, Bogle had a chance to run down that right-hand side, didn't he? And really take the ball forward and drive over halfway, and instead bottling it.
Yeah, absolutely. But saying that, he's looking up. He's got one player in an advanced area, and then there's about 7 Forest players there.
But he knows he can do it himself. He's got it in his locker. We've seen it before. In that game, the last game I remember him starting was that Southampton League Cup game. Am I right? Or did he play again? Hard to remember.
Not sure. I don't
anyway, in that game, he was very accomplished. And Ender Stevens came back into the side that game and actually scored. And here they are again, both playing in those positions. And before that, it was Reece Norrington-Davies at the start of the season. I think initially we thought, hang on, we've got a player here. And he just drifted off as well. There's no one who's been able to maintain that level of form. We were talking about Morgan Gibbs-White when he first came in, right up there, 10 out of 10 performances. Now I'd say he's still playing well, still probably one of the better players, but not maintaining that strong level each and every game. You're missing nothing. It's a little water break for Forest and a substitution as well.
I love that Rob Lee had to confirm that it was a joke. Bring back Weir. Joke. Because we thought, oh, that's a good idea, that. Let's bring back David.
Zinkernagel is on. Zinkernagel, as Nick can actually translate, you studied German for a couple of years. You know exactly what that means.
I do, but I'd rather hear you say it.
I appreciate you throwing that back
too.
to me. Well, indeed I do. So why don't you just ask me a simple question? Do I know what that means in German?
I think I already did in a roundabout way. So
maybe asking me exactly like that.
Do I have to do that?
Yes, you do. Yes.
Okay. What is? I can't remember his name.
Do you know what it means in German?
Do you know what it means in German?
Yes, I do. Right, so we can move on. It is the 57th minute, 36. It's 0-0. Yeah, it was. Tell you what, mate. I tried to spoon feed it to you like Calpol, but
the only problem with it wasn't funny. So
I think if we'd done it instantly, it would have been mildly amusing. As it was just drawn out as that.
No, I don't think it was. To be honest, you've said funnier things.
Oh, I tell you, it's because I'm hanging out with a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I'm babysitting again this week. Which I'm
babysitting tonight.
No, not it feels like it sometimes. Ball played forward, and it's going to roll straight out. Looking for Spence, the man who is everywhere. He's getting man of the match. Oh, maybe he's not after that petulance. Pick that ball up, you git.
Do you know what really annoyed me in the first half that I didn't bring up? After Norwood got booked, the ball was there. It was their free kick, and he just kicked it very slightly away. If I were referee, I'd just give him another bucket. Get off, you little mug, because it pisses me right off when people do things like that. Do you know when the ball's coming towards like a manager, he'll go to like kick the ball back, and then he'll stop and let it go past him. It's like you're like a 50-year-old man, mate. Stop being a child.
Yeah, absolutely, spot on. I've just found my review finally on Amazon. I will share that with you later.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought you were going to read it out loud for the group.
Well, I might take a screenshot and then put it on here. Would that be better, or do you want me to read it?
Just put it in the comments, and then
it's
everybody can read it. All right. Okay.
It's too big. I'll do it at the full time because no one wants to be interrupted.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Full time. We will love it. Unless somebody's injured, then get it gone.
All right. We're on 59-25. It is.
Go on, Shazza.
Forest 0, Sheffield United 0. Thank you for the support as ever. You could do that in a super chat, you know. If you want to be cheeky.
Oh God! Is that Graben that's come on then, or is it?
Initially, the first was Zinkernagel. Do I know what that means in German, Nick? Why don't you ask me?
No.
Exactly. So that's how you remember who the substitute is. If Graben is about to be brought on, I'd imagine it'd be for Johnson, who's been fairly innocuous for the Florists.
Oh. Uncle Albert says used to live on Waterthorpe. Fazin used to drink with his dad in the Hawk and Dove. I actually live about 2 minutes away from the Hawk and Dove. There you go. It's a little bit of an exclusive there.
Exclusive. Yeah. Breaking news.
Jim Phipps, read it. The game's not doing it for any. Yeah, it's a good point, Jim. It's a good point.
Read it. The game's not doing it for anyone. I'll tell you, I can't do it, Jim. Imagine if while I'm reading this fairly long review, there was a goal, because we do clip the goals. As the ball is played forward to Johnson on this left-hand side, lovely chest control on the hour mark. Can he get that ball across? Yes, he can. It'll be cleared. And eventually, far too deep. I don't want to see him there. Rhian Brewster will get it clear in the 6-yard box. I mean, just crazy. The man is a box striker, but in the other box.
This is boring now. We've not done anywhere near as well as what we did in the first half with holding on to the ball. We've probably gone from kind of 65-70% possession to like 25.
It's been boring since we beat Chelsea at Bramall Lane.
Wow. Thanks.
It has. It has.
Really, yeah, love that.
It's true, though, isn't it?
Do you know what? I still think towards the back end of... Oh, bash. I still think towards the back end of the Premier League season, when we played the better teams, we rose to the challenge. Like Wolves, even though they had most of the ball, we rose to the challenge. Tottenham, Chelsea. And it was just a bit weird, weren't it? Back into that season, we played rubbish against the rubbish teams, and we lost against the rubbish teams.
little bit of interchange on this left-hand side, but not quite working out. And 2 back heels from the Blades. A completely wrong decision from both players. Fancy Dan football when drawing 0-0 with Nottingham Forest. I thought going down this season, Nick, we would see far more interesting and exciting, incisive football from the Blades. We would be taking it to teams and we would be bossing it. And it's been the exact similar story, and we're in a very similar position to where we were last season in the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not the same. We've at least won a couple of games, and we're not rock bottom of the league. But it's boring. It's not enjoyable. The only person that's just as I was saying that, I was going to say the only person that's come out of this playing well is Chris Basham, and then he looked like he was going to give them the ball.
The reason I say that is we lose this game, we'll be 18th, right? So that's relegation zone in the Premier League. That's what I meant.
That's okay. Fair enough. You can see why I weren't going to get that.
Yeah, I can. Graben on. He's the number 7. Lyle Taylor off. He's not been able to score against his old team. So looking to grab a goal. Lewis Graben, he has a habit of scoring against us. Not my favourite player after watching Sunderland till I die.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But he's still a great footballer and great striker. Jonathan Froggatt, who's your favourite Spice Girl, Hal? That's a great question. One that I'm expecting to come up today.
I've had a run-in with Jerry Halliwell that didn't go well. She was very rude to me. And actually literally said, what kind of name is Hal? And I was like, your surname's Halliwell. I mean, you've got Hal in your surname. No, we didn't get on. So she's my least favourite. Probably my favourite, I don't know. Never really thought about it. Emma Bunton's on the radio, so that's good.
She seems nice, Emma Bunton, doesn't she?
Sporty Spice, she's my favourite.
Why?
I could relate to her.
Why? Because you're both from Merseyside?
No, I think that we both like sport. No matter what group we were in, we were never the best looking. And good sense of humour.
Yeah, that's why I can relate to Jerry, because we're both ginger. There you go. To be honest, my favourite Spice Girl when I were at school was Jerry Halliwell. However, yeah, I'm the same. I think she's a bit weird. Every time I've seen her on anything, I don't like
Let me send you the audio of me and chatting. You won't like her after that. Right, here's on the right hand. You'll never download it. Right hand side is Bogle working his way into the
Come on, Bogle.
Bit of a private joke there. Zinkernagel taking that ball and playing it forward to Lewis Graben, but it's nodded down superbly by John Egan, and Ender Stevens on this left-hand side will play it back to Fleck, all the way back to a very deep Oliver Norwood, who's looking to play that quarterback role and use the ping to spread it out wide, gives Jaden Bogle a bit of a tricky pass because Jack Colback was on him very quickly, and we've seen more of Jack Colback in this second half. But Graben was on for Taylor, Zinkernagel on for Lolly.
No, Uncle, but I'm not on the Westfield. I've got more respect for myself than that, even though I did go to Westfield School. Sorry to anyone in the chat who's from Westfield. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Let's move on, Hal. Let's talk about the football. And Ndai's going on.
Oh, this is what we wanted. This is what we waited for. Finally, we can actually we can make things happen now with Ndai on. That creative spark. He works so well with Morgan Gibbs-White.
Who came off? Oh, no.
Yes, it was. Was it Fleck?
No, Fleck's over there. It must be Moose.
Was it Moose Osborne Brewster?
Someone. That's an overhit.
I think it was
goes straight out. But it's not. It can't be Moose because Bruce is still playing on the right wing for some reason. Who bloody hell just came off? Oh, Adam say Moose. Yeah,
Moose.
Yeah, Moose. So why is Bruce still on the right wing?
Razor sharp insight from the Sheffield United way. This is why you tune in, and this is why you pay your subs.
This is why most people don't pay the subs. That's a good oh my God. Ender Stevens, you are a professional footballer.
You've just reminded me, I'm going to give a thank you to all our members who do pay their subs.
Abso-flipping-lutely. To be honest, mate, I was one of those players that didn't pay my subs on time. It took me ages to pay my subs.
Yeah, I did pay my subs. Did you have to pay when you got booked?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I only got booked a couple of times, to be fair.
Did you ever have to run the line when you were playing 11-a-side?
No, because I always actually played in the team.
Yeah, I didn't. I was very much the Ben Osborne. They didn't realise how good I was until sort of later into the season, and then it was too late. And I'd be like, "Well, I'll give it me all," and I played left wing, and I'm short.
Oh dear. And you wanted to be a coach as well, didn't you?
I did really want to be a coach. Yes, I really always loved the thought of being a coach. I'm a great motivator.
Do you know what? I've never refereed a match, and I've never ran the line ever.
I've done it all. Ball out on this right-hand side for Forest. Can they nick one here as the ball is played in, looking for Graben, but it'll be cleared, and Fleck tries to do an intricate clearance, which is the wrong decision, and Yates will bring that ball out onto this right-hand side and then switching it to the left, and it's a chance for a touch from Zinkernagel, but again, it's brilliantly read by the Blades, and it's actually Morgan Gibbs-White. He'll take it, finding Ben Osborne, puts together a poor touch and then a poor pass.
Oh!
And Nick sums it all up.
That noise is this game.
It is, absolutely. Here's Johnson, who I thought would have been substituted, but he's got tricks, he's got skill, and that could be a penalty. Referee looks and says dive.
Whoa. Jeez, Bash.
And a booking. It's a booking for Johnson, who should have got one in the first half. He's furious with Bash. There's no chance Bash fouled him because it's Bash.
To be fair, though, in the first half, Bash was having a go at him, telling him to get up. This time, Bash just walked away. If he's dived there, don't you think Bash would be doing the same thing, shouting at him?
No, Bash has ignored him this time out of disgust.
Oh, he's gone over to him, had a go at him now. Well done, Bash. That's it. We believe you now, Bash. He's still having a go at him, Bash. He's still having a go at him. I feel like Bash not playing is taking out all his frustration on this number 20.
Johnson is your number 20, and I think he is playing like a Johnson.
I like that. I enjoyed that. To be fair, mate, to say that it's been such a boring game, we've had lots and lots of people in the stream. So we really, really appreciate that, guys. 114 likes, 113, 14, 300 people in the stream on YouTube. 304 to be precise. That's phenomenal.
And we're aware you have options. So we really do appreciate you joining us, because there are some other people recently who started up their own streaming service after we've been doing it for a while.
Yes, right. Oh, that's what you've been trying to say. All game.
To be honest, game.
The rubbish anyway, so I don't really care about them.
And Dai does well. Little tricky feet. He wears the shin pads of a 2-year-old, but he's got the feet. He's got the skills. And one thing in Dai is whenever he loses the ball, what does he try and do?
When he's got the ball, he tries to...
When he hasn't got the ball, when he loses it.
He tries to get it back.
He tries to get it back. Nick, absolutely spot on. We know each other so well, we can...
Finish each other's...
sandwiches.
There we go.
And here's that ball on that right-hand side again, then back off to the left. A ball incisively played in. Looks like a foul. Referee says it will be. And it's a free kick to Forest. We're on 70-17. There's not been a lot to talk about in this game. We've done our very best. This isn't any kind of like Arsenal watch-along, which still many people talk about as the greatest watch-along in history. But we've done our best to try and be remotely entertaining, as we are now in the 71st minute of a game when nothing has happened.
Yeah, exactly.
As things are, we'd be 15th in the table, by the way.
15th, okay. So if we lose, are we going to be, 17th? Did you say 18th?
17th or 18th. It depends, of course, on other results tonight. But yeah, as things are, it'd be a really patchy 5-4-7 in the win, draw and loss column, which is mid-table mediocrity. We're not going to get into a relegation scrap because there's 3 teams worse than us, but we're not going to go up either.
We're not going to get anywhere near going up, mate. No chance.
If you think we're going up...
Reading comics, mate. You're reading them comics. DC, so Marvel, you're reading them.
The works. Here's John Fleck. Who's Captain Planet. Oh, it's a terrible pass in the box when Undai was free on the edge. And he never gives the ball away to Ben Osborne, apart from a couple of occasions he does. Good tackle from the defender, Ryan Brewster, who's having to
playing defensive midfield.
Reinvent himself in the Lothar Matthäus role today, and I feel desperately sorry for him because all he did is he wanted to come to this club and be a bagsman.
He did. And did he really get... He had the chances. He definitely had the chances.
Yeah, he had the chances.
Yeah.
But up against Premier League opposition, I'd like to see him playing up front in a 2 in the Championship, see what he can do.
Who would you play him at side of?
It's a great question. For me, it's always Billy Sharp.
I know what you mean. We're just completely off the pace. Another foul.
Oliver Nord,
Get him off. Get him off.
Listen to him.
He's been sent off. We need to get Norwood off. He's going to get himself sent off.
Well, there was someone in the chat who very intelligently said, on 60, get the booked lads substituted.
Yeah. Was that
not a bad shout.
I'm sure it was.
It wasn't you. You didn't type it into your own chat, but it was a very good point.
Yeah, I just said it instead.
Okay.
Bruce apologises.
Can you take that off screen so we can see the score?
What?
Nice.
I'm going through comments. People want to see their comments on screen, Hal.
Yeah,
know
that
it's 0-0. It's going to finish 0-0.
It might not. Forest could easily score. They've got a free kick on the left-hand side, 73 minutes and 2, and it's delivered in. It's a chance. And it's not dealt with initially well. It was put back across the face and then cleared by Ben Osborne. And here's Spence. What's he going to do with it? He thinks about passing. He's got a Reece James quality to him, Spence. He likes driving the ball forward. He's got skill. He is strong. Can he get past 2 blades? He can win a throw-in.
Yeah, you've gone on about Spence so much in this game.
He's impressed me.
I think you fancy him a little bit.
What he's done is he's shown me that there is another way to play that right wing back position. It doesn't have to be you've either someone who can defend or you're someone who can attack. There is an option where someone can do both.
I've not seen many of them in my whole life, to be honest, that can do both. Because Ashley Cole was probably the best ever fullback for me defensive-wise, especially for his size. But he wasn't great going forward. I just always think there's never someone that can do both. Maybe like a Cafu. Cafu was great at both.
Your Cafus, your Vincent Candelars, your Maldinis.
Your Abidals.
Your Evras. But you're right. You know, when I think of the best right back, I think of Vas, and Vas Mabokis couldn't defend for save his life. Toffee, life, whatever we're now saying people have to do in our own Squid Game. Here's John Fleck trying to make things really tick in the final 15 in front of that massive support that the Blades have brought tonight. All of them will wish they'd stayed in the chippy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly how I felt. Actually, I felt worse than this. On my birthday, driving all the way to Middlesbrough and watching the Blades lose 2-0, very, very comfortably lost as well. But at least we're not losing. We've not conceded a goal yet. That's something to...
we shouldn't be saying this in the Championship. It's absolutely unacceptable. And there's that defensive midfielder, Rhian Brewster, up against the defensive midfielder, Colback, and the two titans of defensive industry collide. And it is a free kick to Forest rather inevitably.
Oh, God, this is just embarrassing, isn't it? It's just embarrassing. We've not created anything in this half.
We've got Billy Sharp.
And who's coming off? Ben Osborne. Ben Osborne's coming off. How do you feel about that? Benjamin Jared Osborne.
I feel like Jared has put in a shift, but he's had a poorer game than he had against Blackpool, and he wasn't good against Blackpool.
Yeah, I actually think that's been one of his poorest games playing for us, and that's not a bad thing to say because he's usually really good.
We need to reach more. Adam's made the point that we had a £200 target last time Adam was doing a watch along with me. We've not quite reached that tonight. If you'd like to help us with the super chat, everything that you give us goes towards the channel's running costs. We will hopefully be able to do something for charity in the future, but at the moment, it's just about keeping lights on.
Exactly. Let's keep the lights on. Let's keep the money flowing. We've only had about 3, haven't we? And Stephen's nearly running the ball out of play with nobody around him. And Stevens had a shocking game.
I don't think he's had a shocking game. I think that's a bit harsh. There's one or two moments where he was strong in the tackle. He is always quite strong. He's got guns for days. He takes a lovely throw in. One thing he's not I don't think he's the best defensive player. I know a lot of people think he's actually better at defending than he is going forward. I personally think on his day, the other way around. And actually, that's why he looks so good as a left wing back, not a left back and a terrible central defender. Absolutely awful. I never want to see him there ever again.
Yeah, somebody put it in the chat earlier on. Try it. Enda Stevens at centre back. We've seen him at centre back. Enda Stevens is awful at centre back, and that's left centre back. Imagine him at left hand side of a 2. He would be awful. He's really Iliman not shown much since he's come on.
Give him a chance. I have nothing but faith in Iliman, as he says it himself.
I'm not saying that I don't have faith. I'm just saying that he's not done a great deal. Here we
Here's
go.
A chance. Go on, Blaze. Let's get this break going. Billy Sharp into the box. Morgan Gibbs-White! It's 1-0 on the 78th minute. And the Blaze fans go bananas.
Billy Sharp, that's what he does.
You start Billy every game. You'd be mad not to.
He's got a goal. He's got a bloody goal.
Right, you know what time it is.
We scored a bloody goal. It's Morgan Gibbs-White. There you go.
I'm so happy with that. Absolutely needed.
Morgan Gibbs-White is stood in front of the United fans like this. Let's be honest, Morgan. You've not had your best game you've ever had. It's almost like he's Cristiano Ronaldo. He might as well have gone, "See."
You know who invented that celebration?
Go on.
Mitch Ward.
Oh, that celebration. I thought you meant the Ronaldo one.
I mean the Ronaldo one.
I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo's copied it off Mitch Ward.
No, I don't think he's copied it. But if you watch Mitch's celebration against Ipswich away, when he scores an absolute striker with his left foot, it's like a carbon copy. And we'll obviously have to ask Mitch about that one day.
Yeah, we'll have to. Definitely.
Well done, Billy.
Billy Sharp with the assist. Can we just talk about that? Great ball into the box. And actually, great little finish from Morgan Gibbs-White. And look at it.
We're on again. Go on, Billy. Billy playing as a left winger today. Can he get another cross in? It's blocked by that man, Spence. And it's going to be a corner to United right in front of that Blades away end, really packed. See, Billy having to, for the creation of that goal, Nick, play wide left. Let's be honest, did more in 4 seconds than Ryan Brewster's done on that right in the whole game. I'm not being harsh, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, it's because Billy Sharp's experienced and really, as his career's gone on, he's had to kind of feed on, especially this season, had to feed on scraps. So he's having to go out wide because we're not creating him the chances and create goals.
79-41, corner on this left-hand side. It's delivered in right to the near post, and Samba will punch it clear as Forrest look to try and get something away. And Morgan Gibbs-White sticks a boot in and says, "I'll have that, please." And then it's cleared long. Flicked header back from Enda Stevens. Does really well to read that. Could have been a very dangerous break, and it's just rolled out for a throw into Forrest. Just over the halfway line, 80 minutes gone, and Billy Sharp, lots of people say he's really good at holding the ball up, and he is, but I think he just shows how much he's got to his game when he takes the ball on the left-hand side and just drives like Michael Tongue in his prime.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'm not liking this, though, mate. 10 minutes left. The Blades are winning. What normally happens when we are winning with 10 minutes to go?
We can't stop them at the end. We always concede goals late. Here's Colback looking to try and get things going for Forrest in the 81st minute. We know how badly the Blades defend, and it's a ball in the box at the near post. Oh, it just needed a touch from Lewis Grabban, who almost always scores against us with his bad beard, and it's Robin Olsen who is just thanking the heavens. That was a real chance. The best opportunity for Forest, even though it wasn't on target, and they have had a shot on target. That's still, for me, any touch from Grabban, and it goes in.
Yeah, it would have been. It was a great ball into the box, though, wasn't it? Great ball. And we are currently 15th in the table, mate. 15th.
Oh, big time. And Ryan Brewster struggling with that defensive midfield role today. It's a lot of running he's needed to do. Of course, a lot of tackling he's needed to put in. And he's got a touch of the cramp. And if there's one man who'll know about that, it's Iliman Ndiaye, who records say only got cramp once, Nick.
I don't think that is the case.
You've got your story, I've got mine.
Would like to think, but
yeah, never at the end of that. Dom, the lone wolf. Absolutely. Great way to describe Morgan Gibbs-White. I'll take this. We need to get back to winning ways. Also, Nick, we need to keep predicting bad results on the previews.
Yeah, we do. And maybe we need to keep doing that. Maybe we need to keep doing that.
Because every time we've done it, we've responded well. Now, this game isn't over. Don't get me wrong. 9 long minutes left plus change. I expect this to be at least 35 minutes added on. So there's going to be quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and we see what Scott said. 3 points off 6th. Every other week, it's 3 points off 6th. It's like, how is it even possible?
Here's Morgan Gibbs-White running onto that loose ball, but Samba will say, "Oh, you just hit my fingers," and he's caught that one. He'll throw it out now. A chance to get Forest up and going up the pitch. And that name of the Forest player I can't say is has not really seen a lot of the ball, but here's a chance to break it from Spence, who I have seen a lot of, and Colback will take it onto his stronger left, but he could have shot with his right. Johnson booking that ball in, near post, any touch, it's a goal.
What did we say?
It's just typical. It's just typical Blades. There was a part of me hoping that wasn't going to be allowed.
I was thinking it was offside for a second. I think it's just because it didn't go to a replay. Obviously, it doesn't when it's on the red button. But, for God's sake, how have we managed to do this? I didn't even really see what happened there.
Grabbing, getting that right foot toe. Real mess. You could see it coming a mile off. The Blades just cannot see out games late. It is inevitable this season. It's just so poor that I heard Slav say they've been talking about it. Well, they need to do more than talk about it. They need to bloody work on it.
They do, but what do they do? It's just having the just having the bottle to stand there and be countered and stick your head in everything, get your feet in everything. And really, they're just not focused. They're just.
Is it a case of formation? Like, we do look stronger with 3 at the back. Last time we played 3 at the back, we didn't concede. It was Luton. Since then, we've conceded in every game. I think Derby. Did we keep a clean sheet against Derby?
We did.
We did. Okay, so Luton and Derby, but. Yeah.
So actually, oh no, that was League One Wes as well, weren't it? We were talking about Robin Olsen not keeping a clean sheet since he's been a Blade, and that was Wes that game.
Olsen was Derby, and he kept a clean sheet.
Olsen was Derby.
Yeah, sure? Olsen was Derby. Yeah, Olsen was Derby.
So he did. So he has kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, we didn't say that on a recording or anything, did we?
I'm sure we have.
No, I think it was just you and I yakking.
Oh, maybe so. Oh, Blades. Why do you have to do this to us?
A new member. We will add you to the list. Thank you so much. We can't tell you how much we appreciate that. You absolute legend.
And she's unlocked a George Santos podcast.
You can now watch the exclusive George Santos episode. Nick, explain what that's all about.
It's about George Santos talking about his time at Sheffield United. Pretty much goes. I'm not done. He's talking about the Battle of Bramall Lane, Andy Johnson, obviously his injury that he suffered when Andy Johnson gave him a swift elbow. It's quite heartfelt at some point. It's hard to watch. That shouldn't be saying that. Should I hard to watch?
No, it's great to watch. It's wonderful. Watch it twice. I've got to say this has got me nervous. This has got me really on edge. We're in the 5 minutes time now. It'll be 90th minute. So another way of putting that is the 85th. It's 1-1. Forest looking very dangerous, trying to work their way into the box. The Blades, after conceding a goal, as we've seen so many times this season, look shell-shocked and unable to cope and unable to deal with the threat. This has been consistent throughout the season. We knew we were going to concede in the game. The question is not, were we? It's can we score 2? Because we're always going to concede at least 1.
Yeah, we always will. And that's another poor
taken quickly
to give away, and they've took it quick.
Basham again. He's had a really good game. And here's Morgan Gibbs-White. Got Colbeck looking to try and bring him down. Colbeck will do anything he can, but not want to foul him. Oh, that looks like a foul.
Brewster.
Here's Rhian Brewster. Oh, it's straight at the keeper. He puts it either side and he scores, but he smashes it straight at Samba, and that was a real gilt-edged opportunity.
He should have given Brewster a lot earlier than that. He probably didn't know he was there, though, because he was head down straight for goal. That was a big chance, that.
Huge chance. And here's another one. It's end-to-end stuff now. The game's come alive. Can Olsen keep that in? Yes, he can. It's just going to take a withering deflection. And for some reason, Grabban is appealing for something. I'm not sure what.
Appealing for a better beard, I think he is.
What could he possibly be claiming? Because he's really vociferous in his appeals.
I wonder if now he's saying that the keeper's had it in his hands for too long, because that's what it seemed like it were.
Yeah, he's had his hands up before the keeper even got it. Nice chest down as Forest are starting to play some good stuff, and this is a Blades side that look, I would say, lacking in confidence.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why we've conceded so many late goals this season, just lacking in confidence, being able to get over the line. And it looks like it could happen again. Like they're putting so much pressure on us. We're not good under pressure. Really
not, unlike Bowie and Queen. Here's a chance to get that ball into the box with Grabban. Is he fouled? Referee thinks about it. Shot comes in and, it's blocked by Olsen for a corner. And do I not like this?
Yep. It's when you need McBurney in the box, isn't it, to head the ball away.
Right, well...
Maybe he's in a dark room somewhere.
Well, as he should be. He's not playing football. We don't know what's going on with Ollie McBurney. Lots of people have been asking us. There's certain insight we get, and there's some things that we know now that are happening next season we can't talk about, but we don't know anything about Ollie McBurney. I can't tell you that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That were a big chance for Brewster.
Huge
chance.
Poor corner from Forest, but it could have been dealt with slightly better by Oliver Norwood. If there's one player who knows about a ball that's delivered poorly from a corner, it's Oliver Norwood. Yet all he did was head it straight back for a corner. If he hadn't gone down low to head it, he could have taken a touch on his foot and cleared it.
Exactly. That was a really poor clearance. Like, I never understand those. He's obviously got it in his head that I am going to head this ball, no matter where it goes.
He's decided before it's even come in. But it's going to come in again as we approach the 90th minute. This time it's much better, and it's back again. It's going to be a third chance to cross this ball in. Can the Blades finally block it? Fleck does with her left foot. Just gets it cleared anywhere. That'll roll out for a throw in. I think Spence, because the man can do it all, will take this. He's probably got a long throw as well.
He probably has. I thought you were going to say something else then.
And Fleck's actually jogging over here, giving a round of applause to the Blades travelling contingent. Not the biggest round of applause, but an applause nonetheless. And it's going to be Howrahan who'll be brought on with, I would say, 3 minutes remaining.
Oh, Kurt, you absolute legend. That's Kurt, one of my mates, used to work with him, become a member. And now you can watch the George Santos podcast.
Is that C-U-R-T or K?
K.
Of course it is, because I've just written C. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Each and every one of you becoming a member. We cannot tell you how much it helps the channel, how much we appreciate it. If you want to do Super Chat as well, that would be fabulous. Let's get a Blades winner and really cap off, I was going to say a good night, an average night.
A well below average night, I would say, Hal.
I was thinking more of the fun we've had rather than the performance.
Well, speak for yourself.
Okay. As that ball is played back in, and a chance now for Forest with Zinkelnagel. Here he is again. Zinkelnagel will try and take on Iliman Ndiaye and beats him far too easily. Cross comes in. Oh, it's down by Grabban, and there's a defensive clearance from the main man at the back, Ryan Brewster. Colback puts it in. Got a great left foot as Colback, and it's a stumble from Iliman Ndiaye. Hope he hasn't got cramp.
Come on now. He's not running particularly quick, but it's a good ball to Billy Sharp, and he's held out very well. I should have gone inside quicker than that.
Classic Billy, though. He does get the free kick. I think he wants a booking, and he's gonna
we don't want a free kick, though. We want it to move that quickly, and that's sometimes a problem with Billy Sharp.
Because now
he's getting on a bit, just holding it up rather than just clipping it inside.
Forest have got everyone bar Johnson back, so that's 10 men back defending this free kick, whereas if Billy had played it straight away, it was 3-on-3.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. How great would that have been? That if it were Brewster would have put that away.
Is he fouled there, Ryan Brewster? I mean, I think he took a very heavy touch, so I wouldn't personally give that. And Lee Doherty from Lancashire has not given it.
Could have been a dive as well. It looked a little bit divey.
It did look a little bit divey because he knew he'd already lost possession. I'd love it if Ryan had finally scored his first league goal, but it wasn't to be. Hit it straight at Samba.
Yeah, Billy Sharp took actually a very good touch there.
Yeah,
and then gives
4
the
minutes.
ball away. 4 minutes, a big 4 minutes. We are
4
1 minute and 30 into it already.
Huge minutes to win this game against a fairly poor Nottingham Forest side in a very poor Championship, of which the Blades are making a very poor fist of a return to the Premier League.
Yeah. Oh, for God's sake! This is. I can't see us getting another attack, to be honest.
Who are we going to support next season?
What league do we want to be in?
Ooh, good question. I'm thinking the non-league will be more fun.
I agree with that completely. What about Sheffield FC? Actually, I don't think they're doing very well either.
You played for them, didn't you?
I did play for them, yes.
Yeah.
I've not mentioned that before, have I?
No, I don't think so. Howrahan deciding that a pass, a Nick Montgomery pass, I'll call that. He's just passed it to literally nobody.
Yeah, it was that bad it even stayed in.
It was such an awful pass. At least when Monty used to play it to no one, he kicked it out for a throw into the opposition.
Exactly. Oh, Bash. Why?
Played it back to Robin Olsen there, Bash, and then Olsen's clearance, as per usual, goes to no one, and Samba will have it back. And instead of watching what Olsen did, Samba's going to play it out from the back, which he's done a lot today in that Manuel Neuer way of his. And you can see why we may have scouted him earlier in the season. Here's a chance for Forest on the left-hand side, which is something that they've looked to try and attack since the second half began. Johnson, whose touch is poor and his pass is even worse. Rhian Brewster playing so deep it's untrue. And here's that man, Billy Sharp, very intelligent football. I think he's overplayed that, though.
Come on. Oh, you're in front. I keep forgetting you're in front. Because if you've not made a noise, that means that it wasn't on.
I've not made a squeak.
No, not a squeak.
Well, it's looking like it's drifting. Oh, the referee's going to have to give a free kick there as the ball is thwacked.
Hate that. Hate that so
Whacked
much.
into his legs. I remember scoring a goal against Bradford in the old rules where the referee got in the way of a Bradford attack and the Blades went on and scored.
That's what it should be.
Absolutely, as God intended.
Get on with it. Play it at whistle. And what are they doing now? Why are they messing about with it? Get on with it. Do they not want to win?
I think this is their cup final.
It bloody seem like they want to win.
Sheffield United at home. Forest to be delighted with a draw. They've only come to see. They've only come to see United.
They've only come to see Robin Olsen.
Sweden's number one. I've not seen a lot of Swedish goalkeepers, but I don't think I need to.
Yeah, let's be honest. They've never had Sweden's number one, have they? Comparison.
Probably not.
No.
Where's Mark Crossley?
Yeah, where is Mark Crossley? Exactamundo, mate.
Big questions.
There we go.
No Ian Wone in sight.
No Ian Wone in sight. I was trying to think of another Forest goalkeeper and I couldn't.
Dave Besson?
Mark Pommpey, you were Derby, weren't
he? Same thing.
He will have played in the Brian Clough Trophy, though, won't he?
Yeah, absolutely. That went well, that video today.
It did, actually. I thought you were taking the bait. It did.
Well, it's just people were saying things we already said in the video. So they clearly didn't watch it.
They didn't watch it, did they? And some people saying Derek Dooley, it's like, yeah, we've said that in the video.
Yeah, and it's not funny.
We were looking for that. We were looking... Yeah, exactly. Oh, come on. Just find a man.
It's going to finish 1-1, isn't it? We're deep into the 96th minute of the 4 minutes added on. Bash has had a good, steady game. Great to see him back in. And that is all she wrote. Really disappointing. If you had the draw, well done. Hardly anyone predicted that, actually, on our poll on Twitter. So that's disappointing. Let us know in the comments what you made of that. I think that was a bit of a snooze fest. I think if Rhian Brewster had scored, we're on the pitch. But otherwise, not a lot to say.
No, not really. We've not had many good times at the City Ground in the past few occasions. And another one, boring. We played all right in the first half. Second half, we were rubbish. We were rubbish in that second half. A very good piece of skill by Billy Sharp to get it into Morgan Gibbs-White and a great finish past Samba. And then right at the end, Gibbs-White, if he'd have just let it go a little bit earlier, Brewster probably would have had more time on the ball to pick his spot and have a go. But it didn't have that much time and it ended up straight at the keeper. But
15th in the table, Forest are 16th. Do you want a reminiscence then of better times? And I'll read this this review of.
Go on then. Let me lay down for this.
This Leeds United Take Us Home documentary from 2019. I've called it Chris Basham's Season in Review. The true, no-holds-barred, unadulterated story of how one man, Chris Basham, ended a season filled with promise by slide tackling the ball into the back of the net on a rain-soaked Ellen Road pitch in mid-March. The hero of this piece, Chris Basham, struck his memorable promotion-killing super goal in the 71st minute. What preceded and what followed is both largely irrelevant and forgettable, bar for one moment of spectacular acting from Patrick Bamford. Narrated by Russell Crowe, starring Chris Basham, a supporting cast of Chris Wilder, Billy Sharp and Sheffield United Football Club. 5 stars.
I'm going to be honest. Expect it to be funnier.
Thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure to bring you the Watchalong. Our coverage has now concluded. Before we go, can we have one more super chat?
Yes, please. We're not leaving until we get that super chat. We have.
No, we probably will
here
because it'll be a very long stream and my back's gone.
Yeah, same here.
I'm getting old. But all I'll say is League One Wes, change formation. We don't look like conceding as many when we go a back three. I know it's not popular to say. I love a back three. And I'm not on about a Wilder back three, right? We played a back three under Spackman, some of the best football I ever saw at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. It's nothing to do with Wilder. I've always been a fan of a back three. England with a back three, I prefer. I just think it makes sense. And of course, it actually makes sense for Sheffield United because we've got the players to make it work.
Yeah, we do. Question though, if we play Basham, Egan and Davis, which is what I'm expecting everyone to say, in the back three, what if one gets injured?
Well, we've got Laparta to bring back. We've got
that's January.
We've got Jackie Long throw. We've got Kyron Gordon.
We're talking about a lot of youngsters here and one player that's not very good. So I don't think we have the backup for it. Asking's rude, but he's still giving it us.
£3 English. Big 101. You're a legend. It does mean we can close the stream, which means Nick and I will carry on this. Well, we'll carry on this argument off screen. But thank you, Jim Phipps. You're an absolute legend. Do check out the video interview we did with Jim talking about his time at United. It is fascinating. One of our most downloaded audio podcasts as well. If you haven't yet discovered us as an audio podcast, we are one.
We definitely are. So, yeah, there we go, Hal. I'm going to go and do my match reaction now. So come and join me back in about 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And I'll give you my thoughts on that. I don't think it's going to be a long one. Let's put it that way.
That's what she said. Right. We will speak to you again with the match reaction. I'll be watching as well. Enjoy.